This is a broadcast of the Ebony Star Network, sponsored by the Earth and Nation. I am the Black Knight. This is Gangsta Talk. We're going to be talking about master teachers, the master teachers who seem to be teaching no one. We're going to talk about non-productive black males and, just non-production period when it comes to black people. We're going to talk about a black woman running for president, and we're going to touch a little bit on Mr. Little Nas, who ain't nothing but the devil. All right, we're going to kick it off right now. It's Gangster Talk. Drop it.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5. Bro, yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the real.
Bang him out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flip to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Nitty, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. Yeah, get you up, I get down for mine. Get down for this, and put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. Get down for hands on the regular shit. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. Witness a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Ginn. McCarver's a booty smoke. Decapitating rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical, lyrics are sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep, I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for hands on the regular. Shake the fingers, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for hands on the regular. Shake the fingers, no fear. I get down for mine. 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 We get my down for hands on the regular. Shake it with no fear.
All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? It is the Black Knight, the notorious gangster simp, aka Maximum Black. This is Gangster Talk. We are sponsored by the E Nation, a broadcast of the Ebony Star Network. Shout out to everybody who will be coming in. Those who are already in, those who are watching in the clouds, we appreciate you too. Haters alike. Well, um, let me just get right to it. Master teachers. I've been hanging around the internet here a little bit around YouTube, checking some things out. And one thing I just keep running into. Now, I ran into it before when I was a part of the so-called manosphere. Those who don't know the Black Knight, I was a part of the manosphere for a brief time. But when I realized that they were all crazy and gay, I left. So now, I have my own network that I'm building. Actually, I have two. We're working on another one too that we will be launching. Hopefully, it'll be ready to launch right after the new year. And it will be called the Power Network. And we have some very interesting shows that will go on that network. They're not like the shows that are on this network. So, going to be some very interesting content over there. But anyway, keep running into this title, Master Teacher. So many master teachers. They don't seem to be teaching people anything, but they're called master teachers. Now, just recently over in the conscious community, one of them supposed to have passed away. This master teacher crap, the conscious community crap, all these distractions, all these fables, because that's pretty much what it is. It's just a fable. It's just a fanciful gimmick. The conscious community is nothing but a gimmick. They have no interest in black people. I'm just tired of saying it. And I don't understand why people can't see how fake and phony they are. This master teacher crap now, seems to permeate throughout the manosphere. There's somebody who's a master teacher with the sissy bims. There's several master teachers in the community. But here's my problem. You guys are so smart, you're master teachers and stuff like that. How come you haven't come up with one solution to help black people? How come you haven't put out anything that's going to change our lives for the better and get us out of this losing position? We're in last place. And where are these students? Because I don't see any students of the master teacher, because the people you seem to be talking to aren't doing anything either. They aren't making any headway with these so-called teachings. And what are these? First of all, you go and you research a few topics. You come back and you regurgitate what you research, and that makes you a master teacher. You read a few books. You come back and you tell people you read a few books. That makes you a master teacher. So I guess the master teacher is really not worth the damn, worth his fucking weight in salt. It's some kind of phony accolade that some YouTube loudmouths, some YouTube talking heads seem to be giving themselves. And the ones who are calling you master teacher don't have any real guidance or direction themselves. And again, they aren't doing anything with your teachings other than coming into your chat, praising you and calling you master teacher. Still can't figure out what that's supposed to be. And here's another thing too. Your students aren't productive. So these so-called master teachings aren't producing anything, because your students who listen to you aren't producing anything. But again, we have so many master teachers. I don't understand. How is it that you're online calling yourself a master teacher and no one has never heard of you? You aren't in the school system. You aren't in any of these schools master teaching our children. I don't see none of you. I don't hear about any of you so-called master teachers in the school system. And if you're master teaching, should you be in a school system where you can do the most good? I mean, when are we going to wake up as black people? When will we stop falling for one gimmick after another? And it seems like just because the person is black, we don't think that they're charlatans, and we don't think they're pulling the wool over our eyes, and we don't think that they're they're exploiting us. We've gotten to the point where we can't tell friend from foe. Master teachers. And it's everywhere I go on YouTube now. It's a master teacher, or just about almost every damn chat room I go into where there's these groups of dudes. They all have a master teacher. And I'm trying to figure out what these master teachers are teaching because, again, I haven't seen anything turn into anything. And where are the students of these master teachers? How come they aren't producing? Will they ever produce? When will they produce? Will they ever produce? Or will they just go into these chat rooms and praise these guys, give them these phony and false accolades by calling them master teachers? And again, if you're such a master teacher, why aren't you in the school systems where you can do the most good? How come you aren't master teaching our children, like I just said? You guys just want views. You just want to exploit black people with your phony intellect. You know, you go and you do book reports and you come out and you regurgitate, and that makes you a master teacher. And then, what are you actually teaching other than hatred? All I've seen that come out of these male groups is just hatred for black women. You have to be a master teacher to teach that. So it just gives me a pause about these master teachers. But let me switch a little bit over to, before I get back to the master teacher thing, let me switch a little bit over to, hey, what's going on, Mike Lakers? Let me get over to this little Nas X, this demon, this devil. Let me tell you something. What's going on right now in the music industry and black society, it's not about choice. It's about no choice. Eventually, what's going to happen is they're going to get you in a position where you will have absolutely no choices. That's what this is all about. This is why Nas is changing the face of hip hop. Hip hop now has turned into gay porn. Pretty much gay porn. You have destroyed a legacy. You've destroyed a culture. A culture. Hip hop was a culture. And that was some disgusting, raunchy gay porn. There would have been a time where parents wouldn't allow this on TV. They wouldn't let their children see this. Networks like BET or networks on TV or cable wouldn't have played these kinds of videos. And he's not the only one. Cardi B's on the other end with her raunchiness and her soft porn. I mean, this is an invasion. This is an invasion of homosexuality. And I mean invasion. And they are going to invade on your privacy. They're going to invade on your rights. It will get to the point where they'll be able to do everything and you will be able to do nothing about it. Nothing at all. But yet we're on YouTube talking about master teachers who teach absolutely nothing, and we're hating black women, and we're arguing about Kevin Samuels, who's a part of this new homosexual pandemic. You don't even realize that you're in a war with homosexuals. They're at war with you. They're taking over your television, your cable, your satellite. They're taking your music. They are slowly taking everything away from you. And you know, what kills me was, look how disrespectful Lil Nas was when he was being interviewed. Look how disrespectful he was towards the children. He did not give a damn about black children. He spoke almost mockingly about black children. These people don't care about kids. All they care about is their disgusting lifestyle. And they'll do anything to make their disgusting lifestyle normal. That includes take everything away from you, including your children. And so you don't realize that you're in a war. They are at war with us. This is about heterosexuals versus non-heterosexuals, or straight males versus non-straight males, or straight women versus non-straight women. I'm telling you, you're in a war. You better wake up. You're in a war. And while y'all being distracted by Kevin Samuels, being distracted by all this BS on social media, they keep pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope. They're getting laws passed. We was just discussing the other day now that if a gay man doesn't tell you he's gay, and you find out later he's gay and you go upside his head, that is now a hate crime. So they have the right to deceive you. And any other time that wouldn't hold up, right? But because they're gay, they have a special right to deceive you. They can outright deceive you, and if you do something to them because of the deception, you will be charged with a hate crime. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've said to y'all before, and you haven't been listening, one of their goals is also to make parents powerless over their children. They want to get it to the point where you have no control over your children whatsoever. They're going hard at these consent laws, and they're starting to fall state by state. Eventually, they're going to fall in your state too. And once they do, legally, you won't have nothing that you can do against the consent if your child consents at a certain age. There won't be nothing you can do. And that's what they're aiming for. And then again, right? Everything that plugs into us, they are now saturating and turning it into a cesspool of disgust. You know how disgusting Little Nas videos are? But this is going to be the norm. How embarrassing was it to see, and how sad is it to see young black men so screwed up in the head that they think they're females, and they're twerking and dancing like naked women, like they're belly dancers or feminine genies or some shit. Just nasty. It's disgusting. Right? It really is a tragedy. What's happening right now is really a tragedy. But you are at war. And you better wake up and you better start fighting back before the war is over and you realize too late that you were in a war, and now that you're ready to do something about it, it's already over and you've lost. You are in a war. The homosexuals have waged war against us. They've waged war against righteousness. They've waged war against justice. They've waged war against reality. They waged war against what is right. And they're coming at you hard with demonic energy. And they have every intention on sending life the way we know it to its destruction. They have no intention on respecting any of us. They have no intention on respecting our children. They have no intention on doing anything for us other than to send us to our destruction. And you better wake up. You better wake up before it's all over. You still have time to fight. You still have time to fight back. It ain't over yet, but it will be over soon. Now, shout out to Mika. Now, what I was saying before about the master teachers, surely we can find better things to do with our time other than to exploit our own people. We have a lot of fake intellectuals who seem to garner your time. And hold on one second. We have a lot of fake individuals who seem to garner your time, right? And hold on one second, y'all. I'm being distracted. One second. Right. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying. All of what's happening right now, like I said, Little Nas has a duty to do, right? Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, they all have a duty to do. They're here to corrupt the young. They have no interest in you, the older people. They're here for the young people. They're trying to cut everything out from under us by going to the youngest. If they can get a hold of them, they can effectively destroy the rest of us. They can usher in their kind of society. If they can get a hold of the minds of these young people, they can effectively usher in their kind of lifestyle and their kind of society, which will wipe ours completely out. It's about Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. It's about Babylon, but this is worse. What you see going on right now is worse than Babylon, worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And I'm trying to figure something out. Where's T.D. Jakes? Where's Creflo Dollar? Where's these so-called men of God? These demons have waged war against us. Where are these so-called Christians, these so-called Christian leaders? You don't see them anywhere. You don't see them speaking out against this. You don't see them saying anything. They're over there counting the money along with the rest of the homos. You don't see T.D. Jakes saying anything, Creflo saying anything, Joel Steed. You don't see none of these so-called men of God saying anything about the war that these demons have waged on mankind. And make no mistake, this is a war, people. You are in a war with homosexuality that is threatening to destroy mankind. So, you can sit up here and think that I'm playing. You can sit up here and think that I'm going overboard all you want. But you better open up your eyes and look. They're taking over everything. The cartoons are no good anymore. Can't watch cartoons anymore. It's all messed up. You know, with gay influence all over it. Music is all screwed up. It's all gay and demonic and homosexual. It's all homosexual, gay and demonic. The schools are now being saturated with LGBT, FG, whatever they call. Most of the teachers now are part of the alphabet mafia. Okay, remember I told y'all, they weaponize academia. That's their weapon. That's their most powerful weapon, academia. Okay? And they're using feminists as a weapon as well. Feminists are victims in this and don't even realize it. Feminists are being used and don't realize it. They're being used by this demonic force, this demonic energy. Every weakness that you have, understand, this enemy is unlike any enemy you've ever seen before. This is way beyond white supremacy. White supremacy is a joke compared to what's going on right now. As a matter of fact, this energy is using white supremacy as well. Okay? You're not up against some hillbilly hicks that live up in the hills where dry weeds grow or some shit. You're up against a very sophisticated and highly intellectual and intelligent group of people. And let me tell you something. A lot of these people who run this situation, they're vegetarians. Why do I say that? Because meat corrodes your body. It destroys your body. It weakens your mind. These people do not eat meat. They're pure vegetarians because they understand how important to have a strong mind. These people are heavy on omega-3 oil. Keeps their mind strong. They don't eat meat. These people are the real deal. These people are in league with Satan. You're not up against any chumps. These people are no joke, and they got power, they got connections, they got money, they got long paper, they got resources at the wazoo. They own the music industry, they own the entertainment business. They own a lot of things in this country. This is what you're up against. They don't own the laws, though, but they're getting laws made in their favor, which is going to put you at a disadvantage. That's why we're on social media twerking and laughing and wanting to hear the latest gossip and the latest smut. They're hard at work trying to get laws changed. And they come on social media too, but they're still fighting their war at the same time. They stay focused on their agenda. Little Nas and Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B is nothing compared to what's coming next. If you guys listened to me before, I said the only thing that stands between us and the kind of evil that's unconscionable is your morals. They're trying to get rid of your morals. And one of the ways they do that is that they chip away at what is called feelings. They chip away at things called hope. They chip away at things called belief. If they can get you to get rid of belief, hope, belief and hope, how many of us would be where we are today if we didn't believe or if we didn't have hope? See, they're trying to get rid of all these things, and they're trying to get rid of emotions. They're telling you that emotions are bad. They can get rid of your emotions, they can get rid of hope, they can get rid of belief, they can get rid of morals. And then there won't be anything stopping the terrible evil that's being held back. There's evil out there that you can't even comprehend. Like I said, Little Nas is nothing. He's disgusting, but he's nothing. Oh, they got bigger and better coming. They're just trying to get some things done, and they try to get into certain positions. They try to maneuver in certain positions. There's a few more laws they need to lock down in order for them to go full blast on us. You're not paying attention. These laws with these bathrooms, you think they're small, small thing. They're not. They're going to carry devastating consequences. Devastating consequences. And the fact that they can just do whatever they want with no fear of any repercussions or no fear of any retaliation from us is only giving them more and more confidence. It's only making them push the envelope even more and more. Many of you are probably younger than me. I'm 54. I've never seen anything like Little Nas on TV in my whole life. I've never seen a video like Cardi B on TV. They didn't allow that stuff back on TV. They didn't allow that stuff on TV when I was growing up. I didn't even know they allowed it now. ESPN, a sports show that I grew up watching, is totally bending over backwards for the LGBT community. Afraid. Everything is about fear now. Everything is about fear. You don't understand fear. You don't know how it works. Many of us only understand one aspect of fear. Fear is a lot greater than what you think. Where do you experience the fear of not having control over your children or not having any power over what happens to your children? Where do you experience that fear? That kind of fear is coming because that's what they're working on. Why do you think they have these videos? Why do you think they're going so hard? Who do you think watch these videos? You think grown people like myself or you watch these videos? I don't watch this shit. I'm too old to be watching these. I don't watch this stuff. Our kids watch these videos and they know it. Look at the cartoons today. Androgynous characters. You can't tell one sex over the other. All these gay cartoon characters now. The schools get more and more gay teachers. My sister took her daughter out of school, and she is now homeschooling her child. And her child is accelerating much, much better than she ever would have in the school. She took her daughter out because she found out that mostly all of her teachers were gay. See, they're going after our children because that is the key to wiping the rest of us out. If they can get to the children, they can program the minds the way they want them programmed, and then they can breed their own society, which will eventually replace the one that we have now. That's why the kids are so important to them. They're not going after you or me. They're going after our younger generation because they can be influenced. Their minds can be programmed. In order to get to them, they have to first get the power out of your hands. And that's what they're doing with the law system. These laws are starting to fall state by state, city by city. These consent laws, you better pay attention to these consent laws. These consent laws are what they're going to use to ultimately take the power out of your hands as a parent. You guys think this shit is funny. It's not. These people are for real. They're not playing with you. They're not playing with me. They are for real. They want the age consent law to be to the age of 3. Imagine that. A 3-year-old child being able to consent. If they succeed in getting a consent law to age 3, then guess what? Guess what becomes illegal? Child molestation. Now, y'all listening to me, and you think I'm talking crazy. Nah, Max, they not doing nothing like that, man. Y'all better start doing some research. Y'all better start looking at shit. They are exactly trying to do that. And they are dead serious. And they're starting to succeed in some areas. I'm telling you, these consent laws are going to ultimately take the power out of the hands of the parents. Once your child can legally consent, there won't be anything you can do. And if you try to harm that person, you will go to jail. You will be charged with a hate crime. They're going to trap you in a box where you only have two options: either conform or get buried. Your choice. Like I said, Little Nas X and all this BS, it's not about choice. It's about no choice. As in leaving you, black parents, with no power and no choice. Now, you can ignore what I'm saying. That's fine. You can say I'm a dumbass. That's fine too. You can call me out my name. That's okay too. But you better start paying attention and understand that you are in a war. You've been in a war for quite some time with homosexuality. And it has you tricked to thinking that your greatest enemy is white supremacy. Sure, white supremacy is an enemy of yours, but it is the greatest one. Your greatest enemy is Little Nas X. Your greatest enemy is pedophiles. Your greatest enemy is homosexuals. That's your greatest enemy. The devil. These are the henchmen and the legion of the devil. Now, some of you don't believe in God, you don't believe in hell or earth or whatever. That's fine. But you better believe in something about good or bad. You better start making some kind of distinction between what's good and what's bad, or you're going to get smoked. Because like I said, these people aren't playing, and they got their act together. And they know what they're going after. You're not dealing with dumb people. Like I said, most of these people are vegetarians. They know how important it is to keep the mind strong and healthy. They don't eat meat. They're energized. And they are dug in, and they're ready to go the long haul. They got a few more roadblocks to get over, and then it's going to be hell on earth. Why do you think these monsters were elected? You've been manipulated into electing two absolute monsters, and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. These are monsters, people. Biden over there carrying out airstrikes in Somalia, bombing civilian infrastructure, murdering people, murdering black people. Trump was carpet bombing people of color. Don't you understand what you're up against? You're up against a monster. And those pieces of shit that you voted into office thinking that you was going to see some kind of change or something like that because you didn't want a racist like Trump in office. You have no idea what you've done. Yeah, Trump was a racist and all that. But these people right here, they worse than Trump. I'm not saying Trump was some good option. But these people are way worse than Trump. They're gonna lure you in like sweet with some sweet candy. And they're gonna set you on fire and watch you burn alive. And while you're howling and screaming because you're on fire and your blood is boiling and your flesh is singeing and crackling and cooking, they're probably going to roast some marshmallows. And they're all for this LGBT thing. That's what they're there for. They're there for the homosexuals. The homosexuals are going to get everything that they want. As long as Biden and Kamala Harris are in office, they will get everything they want. There won't be nothing that they can't get. All these new laws getting ready to come out. You think these hate crimes, laws are bad? There are new laws getting ready to come out. That's even worse than these hate crime laws. Wait till they pass a law that is going to be mandatory for your child in school to be taught, to be educated on homosexuality. Wait till that come out. Wait when your child comes home from school talking about some, mommy, daddy, it's okay for two men to have sexual intercourse because they love each other. That's what Miss Graspy was teaching us in school today. That if two men have sexual intercourse, it's because they love each other. And it's okay for a grown man to have sexual relations with a young girl my age. Yeah. Where do your child come home talking like that? Then we're going to see how you feel about that. Then we're going to talk about fear, right? Remember I talked about fear? We're going to see how you feel about that. This world, this country is so messed up. It's been ran by men since hell froze over. And look at what's going on in this world. When you look at what's happening, right? Look at all of the death, all of the wars, the war you're in now with homos and all of that. All of this came on the man's watch. The men run the country, right? The men are the presidents. And look at what's going on in this world now. There's so much evil in this world. There's so much evil in this country. There's so much death. There's so much disregard for life. This world, this country needs to be nurtured back to health. This country needs to be set back to a country that regards life. It needs to be nurtured back to health. The only way that's going to happen is that we need a black woman for president. It's time for nurturing and healing. Men have fucked this country up for decades. They've fucked the world up. It's time for a woman now to step up and take the reins and nurture this country, this world, back to health and set people's minds right again. Bring back compassion. Bring back love and understanding. Healing. Patience. It's time for all that to come back. Because right now, there's nothing but animals running around out here. Demons and devils. Destruction everywhere. Death everywhere. And all men do is just keep creating more destruction and more death. You can't seem to get enough of it. Now you got to the point where our women and children have no damn protection. It's time that men step down for a while and let a woman run this country and nurture this country back to good health. Get people's minds right again. Put the proper things into society again so we can have a healthy way of living, a healthy way of mind. Because of men who run the country, we got so much fucking mental goddamn fucking mental illnesses is crazy. Mental illnesses every damn where. We got killers running around all over the place. We got people getting carpet bombed, airstrikes, drones, death, murder, kill everywhere. It's over. I mean, it's just overwhelming. Nothing but bodies, a trail of bodies everywhere. It's time for a woman to come in here and start nurturing everything back to health. We need to get back to being human beings again. We need to get back to understanding that life is precious and that life actually means something. It's time. Well, what are we waiting for? And it ain't just any woman. It ain't just any woman. It's got to be a black woman. Okay? Y'all think what I'm saying is crazy, right? Just look around this world. Look around the United States alone. Look at all of the death and destruction. Look at all of the evilness. Look at all the demonic energy that's just flying everywhere. That's under the leadership of men. Look at what they have allowed to happen. Kids can't watch cartoons anymore. The kids are being targeted by pedophiles, sexual deviants, buzzards, demons, vultures, homos. They're ushering in a homosexual culture. Lying on the creator, talking about they were born that way. Said that nature or the creator made them that way, even though creators said that what they are is an abomination. All this confusion, all of this pretending that these people aren't crazy, all this death, bombs being dropped everywhere. It's time for it to stop. Well, what makes me think a woman would be better? Because women are nurturers. I can't see a black woman getting in office and doing the same thing or doing any worse. I think a woman can bring peace. It can get us back to thinking about what it was like being human beings instead of bloodthirsty animals who are entertained by death and suffering. That's what turns many of us on, right? You want to see somebody get hurt. You want to see somebody suffer. You want to see somebody get shot. You want to see somebody get killed. You want to see somebody get raped. You want to see somebody get butchered. That's what turns us on. Because we no longer have any regard for life, which is how you develop under the poor leadership of men. Savagery, right? And so under the leadership of women or a woman, we can get our humanity back. Like I said, not just any woman. I'm talking about a real black woman, not some fake ass fucking Kamala Harris with the chicken wings and hot sauce. I still can't believe black people fell for that. That was jeez, man, that was bad. How did y'all fall for something like that? All right, anyway, let me keep it moving. Okay, it's time. We need a real black woman who needs to run for office, and we need to get behind her so she can help fix this country, so she can help tap into the morals that we have left and restore the humanity in us. We've become inhumane as people. We've become inhumane. We've become desensitized to human suffering. We are bloodthirsty. We have become unforgiving of each other. There used to be a time where one transgressed against the other, you can make it right with each other. Yeah, that's almost at a point now where you can't do that anymore. There's still some small incidences where you can, but majority of the time you can't do that anymore. Somebody wants a pound of flesh from you now. They want a couple of pints of blood and a pound of flesh from you now. You transgress against someone, no matter what the infraction, they want their pound of flesh and a couple of pints of blood. And even if that pound of flesh and a couple of pints of blood cost you your life, as far as they're concerned, so be it. We've become very unforgiving. We've become very cold-blooded towards one or the other. Many of us don't even have any regard for our lives of our children or our loved ones, period. We're turning on each other because we are filled with so much hatred and anger, bitterness. And we've been taught not to feel anymore. We've been taught that our emotions are bad. Well, forgiveness comes from emotions. Without emotions, you can't forgive anyone. So if you get rid of your emotions, you also get rid of your ability to forgive someone. So therefore, they can't make right with you if they transgressed against you. There's no conflict resolution because you no longer have any feelings. You no longer have any emotions. You are no longer interested in being humane. And we've gotten to this point because of the destruction that men have left in their wake. The men who run this country for decades, all they have to show for it is a tremendous amount of dead bodies, a tremendous amount of hatred, racism, homosexuality, pedophilia. That's it. Where are the good things? Somebody point out the good things. Where are the good things? Well, because we have Christmas, we go shopping and buy our kids toys, we drink on New Year's Day, we have a cookout. Where are the good things? There's really nothing good. Everything has been about death and destruction and hatred, which is what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now. That's what men, that is the legacy of men who've been in charge of this country since hell froze over. That is the legacy that they've left behind. That is what is still happening right now. You don't even realize it that many of you have become inhumane because the reason why you don't realize it is because they've made the transition easy. See, they just didn't say, hey, listen, Hassan Burton, I want you to be inhumane. They didn't say, hey, listen, Ayo Keish, I want you to be inhumane. or meek. I want you to be humane. No. What they did was they slowly worked on desensitizing you to pain and suffering of other people. And they have very clever ways of doing it. So the more you become desensitized, the easier it is for you to become inhumane. So many of us have become like the people in the old Colosseum back in the Roman days. See, a lot of people seen Roman movies, right? You watch the Colosseum, but you never really paid attention to what went on in the Colosseum. If I ask you, what is it about the Colosseum that you did not see? Many of you wouldn't be able to tell me because many of you will believe that you saw all that the Colosseum had to offer, right? You saw the gladiators inside fighting against lions, tigers while fighting each other. You saw death, one gladiator killing another. But there's something very important about that Colosseum that none of you paid any attention to. And that, what you didn't pay attention to, is what you have become. You become that very thing in the Colosseum that you didn't pay any attention to. It is sitting right in your face, right? And you overlook it because you're focused on the combatants in the Colosseum. They're doing battle to the death. But what you did not focus on or pay attention to is the people who came to watch people get killed in the most brutal fashion. That's what you didn't pay attention to. Those people were desensitized to human pain, suffering, and human brutality and barbarism. They came to watch the most heinous acts of barbarism be carried out against another human being. People's brains being blown out. Busted out. Heads cut off. Arms and limbs, blood splattering everywhere. They cheered because they were a group of people that had no regard for human life. They were completely desensitized to the brutality of human beings. They are what you have become. You are now the 50,000 strong that stood in the Colosseum and watched one act of barbarism after another be carried out on a human being. And instead of being disgusted and horrified by what it is that you saw, you cheered it on. And the one who killed the best in the most spectacular fashion, who drew the most blood, you gave him a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That is what you have become. You become that crowd in the Colosseum. So I was looking at the chat. So that's what you become. You become the crowd, the mob in the Colosseum. And the people who are at war with you understands that. And so they feed you the barbarism that you're looking for. But they feed you the kind of barbarism that they want you to look at. Because that kind of barbarism favors them. So the more you cheer that on to get used to that, the better it works out for them. Because the blood that splattered in the Colosseums back then was just as disgusting as these raunchy acts of perverted sex. You've been thrown back into the Colosseum. Now your gladiators are homosexuals. perverts. They're pedophiles. And instead of you being disgusted by the acts that they portray in the Coliseum, you're doing the very same thing that those people back then did. You're cheering them on. Hell, you're even giving a thumbs up for the one who can be the most disgusting and the most vile. That is what you have become. The Roman mob that came to the Colosseum looking to be entertained by death. So we need the mother of all civilization to come in and take the throne of power away from the men and restore humanity. Restore what we're supposed to be and nurture this society back to good mental and emotional health. Only the mother of all civilization can do such a thing. And she needs to come and take the throne of power away from these childish, immature, savage, and barbaric men. And I'm a man, and I'm telling you that the men who ran this country for decades are nothing but savages, barbarians, immature little children, pedophiles, murderers. And they hate life. And they have destroyed humanity and the humanity in many of us. We need a black woman to come again to take the throne of power away from these monsters and restore life to us all. Because if it doesn't happen, those dudes up there, they're going to get us all wiped out. And while we're wiping each other out, we ain't even going to see it as anything bad. We're just going to see it as more entertainment. And with that being said, I'm at the end of my rant. Damon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Come on in here and give me your take before I get out of here. What you thought about the rant?
Well, you went deep towards the end there. Never considered that. Well, I didn't think about that, but that's what the people in the Coliseum probably never thought of neither, that uh, they are the savage, barbaric ones, not the gladiators. And the other part about it, that think about it, these were the sophisticated people of the Roman civilization who were like this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So it's a situation to where we don't realize what's happening to us. We don't realize that we're being turned into a bloodthirsty group of people who have no regard for human life. And so many things that are happening to us, and we don't even realize what's happening to us. They're trying to take the power away from us when it comes down to our children, and they want to have their way with us. At the same time, they want to turn us all into degenerate monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, who believed they were civilized and spread their descendancy through the world.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
See, whenever you start talking about this, right, you always get a situation where, like right now, they messing with us right now. They messing with the chat too. See, whenever you want to talk about the truth, it never fails. You know, people start getting kicked out. People start getting messed with. Look at that. But like I said, it's time for the black woman to take the throne of power away from men. Before they destroy everything. Men have become completely reckless, and they've got to the point now where they have absolutely no regard for life. We got to get back to life again, but we need the breath of life blown back into our lungs. We may as well be a bunch of dead people walking around here like zombies. There's so much death. There's so much disgusting things that are going on in here. Yeah, Black Father Sniper. Yeah, definitely black woman for president, because the throne of power is corrupted. A demon sits on the throne of power, and he's showering our society with nothing but death and destruction and demonic energy. It's time for the mother of civilization to remove that demon off the throne of power and restore life to us all. It's time for the nurturing. We need the nurturing healing of the All Mother. Because men are doing nothing but fucking up society. Killing people, killing innocent people, and just killing innocent people in droves. Ordering carpet bombings. Murdering children. No, we're talking about a real black woman. Ain't nobody talking about no Kamala Harris. Is she even black? I don't even know if she's even black.
She's not.
Yeah, she's not even black.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she is.
She's Indian and white.
Okay, she's like a Rachel Dolezal. Now we're talking about a real black woman. We need somebody. We need a real black woman. Not some fake like Condoleezza Rice or what's that other cool name? Candace Owens. No. We need a real, down to earth, authentic black woman. Somebody that would make men feel ashamed of themselves. Kind of like grandma used to do, make you feel ashamed of yourself. We need that kind of black woman in office. A woman that men can look up to and respect and be like, she can be my mama. That's the kind of black woman we need in office. That's the kind of black woman that can get shit straight. Not some phony like Kamala Harris or Candace Owens or the other one, Condoleezza Rice, and not Michelle Obama either. She ain't real either. We need a real black woman. Matter of fact, we should be able to pick. We should be able to pick her out. We don't want the Democrats to pick her. We don't want the Republicans. We don't even want them involved. The people need to go. The black people need to go find her and pick her out. A real black woman, somebody that when men see, will respect as their grandmama or mama. That's the kind of black woman. A black woman that'll make you feel ashamed of yourself for fucking up. That's the kind of black woman we need. Not some old well-taught monkey. Yeah, I think Cynthia G would be powerful too. Definitely. Cynthia G for president? Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you what, she'll get black men straight. They'll be scared of her. I bet you. I bet you that. Boy, can you imagine we had Cynthia G president? Boy, all these deadbeat dads, but they'll move out the country. They beat me up and say, "Hey, why all these black men leaving?" Oh, they deadbeat dads, man. Cynthia's the president. Oh, okay. So Cynthia G's the president. Yeah, them niggas will get up out of it, move up out of the country. They'll be scared to death of her. Shout out to Cynthia G, boys. Man, imagine she was president. Ooh wee. Boy, these niggas would be in trouble. Especially the manosphere. They can hang it up. I'll be selling them tickets too. Hey man, I got this ticket out of the country, man. 10 G's, bro, one way. 10 G's. Hey man, you can take it or you can stay here and face the wrath, brother. What you gonna do? But that ticket only costs $69. Hey, it's inflation, brother. It's inflation. I be at the airport selling these motherfuckers way overpriced tickets and shit. Bus tickets and shit. I'll go get a bunch of bus tickets. So the motherfuckers $12,000 a piece for a bus ticket.
And those Negroes are not going to be able to pay for that. They can't even pay the child support.
Yeah. Either that or face the wrath. It's your choice. You better come up. You better go find a way to get the money. But I definitely think we need a black woman for president. And I think that's something that we need to talk about even more. A black woman for president. I mean, we almost had one. You know?
You did?
Yeah. Nah, see, now you're playing games, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, dude, we serious, bro. We're not talking about coons. We're talking about real black women. We ain't talking about coons. Like Pink Pill and Kristen Carrington. Those are coons. Cynthia G would be great, though. Shout out to Cynthia G for president.
Mm. Okay, he said he's gonna get serious. He was joking with the crystalline keratin.
And why do they call it Kamala Harris black anyway?
Oh, that's because she went to HBU, and they believe that because she came from people came from Jamaica that she's automatically black. And I keep telling them she don't have any black in her. I argue with my own cousin with that.
I'll never forget, man. I'll never forget when they had her sitting at that table eating chicken wings and hot sauce. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, man?"
Yeah, I know. Definitely pander.
How the hell did black people fall for that? Like,
they don't know nothing about Indians.
Like, y'all fucking crazy. Sitting there eating chicken wings and big old bottle of hot. Fuck out of here. Tired old lady?
A little bit, but yeah. They keep keep having a cousin that keeps saying she got one drop of black blood. I said, how she gonna have a drop of black blood? Her father says he's Indian and white, and her mom is all the way East Indian. Where that drop of black blood came from?
Yeah, man. I think it's time for a black woman to be president, but a real black woman. Not something like I said, not Kamala Harris. I'll vote for Cynthia G. She'll definitely get my vote. But I wouldn't vote for no damn Kristen Karazin or no Pink Pill or anybody. I would vote for them. Yeah, yeah. We can't have some like.
Someone
See, we
in
need
the
somebody.
closet that's already up there.
So you know what? I got it. We need a woman like Mika. See, we need a black woman like Mika.
Mika for president?
Mika for president. That's the kind of black woman we need in office. Yep. That's
Yeah.
a real black woman. That's the kind of black woman we're talking about right there, true. Mika. Black woman like her. That's what we need in office. You'll be rough on who? Throw it down, Mika. Give us your campaign speech.
Oh, she's recommending Auntie. She thinks she's a misfit. Well, we don't need no
Give
cookie
us a little
cutter
something.
politician.
Give us a little something, Mika. What would your campaign speech be like? Vote for me, Mika. I will get the derelict out of the derelicts. Vote for Mika. She will run the manosphere out of existence. I'm Max from Black. I approve this message. Give us a little something, Mika. Let's see what it would be like. Truth. See if you can get her to do a little something for us. Let's see what it'd be like to have Mika for president. You know what, Auntie? I don't know if she would want to be president. Auntie is kind of reserved, I don't think she would want to be president.
Well, we just make Auntie the vice president, her running mate.
Yeah. She might want to be in the background because she's a little bit more reserved. President, I don't see why not. President wasn't for most of the presidents that were presidents. President Dan sure wasn't for no Donald Trump. Obama was nothing but a well-dressed half black man, half white man.
Black man raised by white people.
Yeah, his mother was white, right?
Mm-hmm. He was raised by his grandparents. I guess his mother, kind of. What?
Yeah, me. What are ladies out in here? Let's see. We might have a president in here. Is Yvette in here? She ain't come in here yet.
No, she came in earlier. Let's see. She's cooking.
Vote for Mika. She's cooking. And she will be cooking all the derelicts who dare not take care of their children. I think a black woman would do a very, very good job.
Yeah,
I don't see any reason why she couldn't.
yeah. And since she's a military kid, she'll definitely get the military to vote for her.
Uh huh. I'll vote for her.
Yeah, get the school system in line.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should, you know what? Maybe we should dedicate a show to black women for president and talk about who can make a president. Get a little something something going here.
Vote for Mika, a pro-black speaker.
Yeah. Vote for Mika, a pro-black speaker. Yeah, I think we should get rid of public school. Public schools ain't nothing but a haven now for homosexuals.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be a good show.
It's gonna get to the point now, I believe, to where it might be against the, public policy to even hire a heterosexual, to be a teacher. It's probably going to be a requirement in the future that the teachers are gay.
Yeah, eliminate that question about whether to teach the kids the real history. Just teach your kids at home.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. For president, we got to start off the grassroots. Can't get
Yeah.
more basic than the school board.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to get to the point where it's going to be a requirement to be gay to be a teacher. And it's going to be a disqualifying factor if you're straight. The way all this shit going, and you got demons like Lil Nas X out there, all these homos and demons.
They're trying to cancel a rapper for making homophobic statements.
Who are they trying to cancel?
I don't know. He said y'all heard about how they trying to cancel a rapper for making a homophobic statements.
What rapper? What rapper they trying to cancel?
Probably some of the older ones that been talking about these Lil Nas X, the baby, LOL.
What did he say? Yeah, I heard there's supposed to be something he said. What did he say? Anybody know? Because I didn't hear what he said. Anybody know what he said? You know what? Let's just turn it into a casual talk. You can drop the link, Dane.
Okay.
All right, y'all. The topic is over. We can just for about another hour or so. We can talk about any old thing. Anybody got anything that they heard or want to talk about? What's up with the baby thing? I heard that he's apologized, but I haven't had any chance to look up what that was about. Anybody want to drop that on us? Because what did he say? Gauge the chat, Dane.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, they said July 25th.
Hmm.
The baby makes homophobic comment during a Rolling Loud Miami concert. On the final day of Rolling Loud Miami, the baby took the uh, Sriracha stage for a performance that shocked fans. He first came under fire for bringing out Tory Lanez to perform their latest single, Scat, shortly after Meg the Stallion had left the same stage. In 2020, Meg accused Tory of shooting her in her feet. The baby and Meg recently got into a brief argument on Twitter after the baby and Lance collaboration following the guest appearance. Oh, okay. Black Feather Sniper the Army. He said he made the typical homophobic comment and said something ignorant about AIDS. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to find what he actually said. Oh, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted disease that'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up.
Wait a minute. What did he say?
He said between the song he was singing, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up.
Okay. So what was homophobic about that?
That's what I was wondering about.
That was homophobic. That was homophobic?
I didn't. That didn't say anything about homophobia. That's just a STD thing.
Yeah, what the hell? What the
People don't think AIDS and HIV is just a gay disease anymore. They know better now. Let's see. The day after Roland said the baby took to his Instagram story where he appeared to defend his controversial comments. In the clip, he repeatedly referred to himself as the live show killer and explained his comment as a call to action for his fans. My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They ain't no nasty gay niggas. They ain't no junkies in the street. He stayed. Then I said, if you ain't sucking D in the parking lot, put your cell phone light up. You know what my gay fans did? Put the MF and light up, Naga, because my gay fans ain't going for that. They got class. They ain't sucking no D in no parking lot. The rapper comment on Instagram has been categorized by many as misinformation that perpetrate homophobia and stigma around HIV and AIDS.
that what kills me is all this to protect gays, but they won't protect black people. They're not doing all that. They're not going all out their way for us. When somebody say the damn N word, I mean, my thing is, if it was natural, then why all of this fuss? Why people got to come out of the closet? I mean, the union between a man and a woman is natural. We don't have to come out of any closet. I don't have to come out of no damn closet to want to be with a black woman or anything like that. So why these guys got to come out of the closet? It's unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
They know it's unnatural. They know it's unholy. They know it's demonic. Somebody told me the other day that Caitlyn Jenner or Bruce Jenner, a man that was born a male, was Woman of the Year. I mean, man,
That's on ESPN.
what's wrong with us? There's something wrong with us, not them. It's us. They are who they are, but what's going on with us? This guy, I mean, clearly Bruce Jenner was a star tennis player back in the day. I think he was around when Billie Jean King and all of them was out.
No, he never played tennis. He was in some form of
Oh
track.
yeah. He was the track and field guy. My bad. You had Arthur Ashe. You had Billie Jean King.
Yeah, but Arthur Ashe wasn't gay. That was Billie Jean. That was.
Was that a female, Billie Jean King?
Yeah, she was a female tennis player.
Uh
Who,
huh. What's going on in the chat?
yeah. Let me see. Oh, AOQ said they rap in his pockets now. Yes to LBTQUXZ. And Mika is how he know why his fans do though. And Black Feather said, I tried to tell y'all. And Mika goes, we don't have any type of protection, no bill policy, nothing. We experience terror daily. And Ayo Keisha's like, ah.
Yeah, no doubt, Mika. This is what I'm saying. You know, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, it's up to us if we're going to take this stuff lying down. You know, I mean, they're trying to bully us. They're trying to use fear tactics on us to keep us from speaking our mind and expressing how we really feel. I don't want my children around that disgusting lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I want my children around that.
Mm-hmm.
And little Nas X got real like disrespectful to him. Oh, this ain't a video for your kids. Man, please. And why are black people still supporting BET? I stopped supporting BET as soon as Bob Johnson sold it. As soon as he sold it, I stopped supporting it because I knew it was over with after that. Don't I have an article in the chat, damn, about some boy?
I need a little bit more specific.
Thought I had an article in the chat.
About what boy?
Did anybody hear anything lately, or anybody got any news they want to talk about?
Okay.
What are they saying in the chat?
Let me see. Weak as F, apparently. No, nobody takes us serious until we, and then Mika goes true. And Mika's also saying me neither to the BT support thing. Since
Yeah, I stopped messing with them long. Yeah. Once Bob Johnson sold it, it was a wrap for me. It was a wrap for me. White people have been trying to get their hands on BET for the longest, and they finally got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Black Feather says, little nasty X out here putting porn on TV, but they trying to cancel a rapper for making a few comments. The world is backwards.
Well, but you see, they're doing that and getting away with it because we're not doing anything about it. That's why, listen, see, these people aren't stupid, right? They couldn't have put this out back in the 60s and 70s. Because too many strong black people out there, they would have had hell on their hands if they'd have tried to pull this crap back in the 60s and 70s. But today, everything is so weak. and the black family is broken and the Negro is so weak, they can get away with this shit. There's no pushback. Man, let me tell you something. When I was growing up, man, if they would have put a video out like that, it would have been hell to pay.
Shook the
It
window got
literally would
shown.
have.
They would have
It
stopped
would.
the feed.
It would have been. It would have got held. I mean, parents would have been outside of the broadcast studio throwing rocks through the window. People would have got beat up. It would have been hell to pay. People would have literally gotten their asses whooped, dragged out of their office, and beat up. It would have been hell to pay. But today, a lot of these Negroes don't stand for nothing, man. You got too many Negroes who are selling out. The Manosphere's number sellouts. The red pills are sellouts. All these factions are sellouts. The conscious community, the Moors, all of them are all sellouts. Kevin Samuels, big sellout. All these sellouts. You got that nutcase Nature Boy running around out there. Man, I hope somebody catch him, man. I hope somebody catch that dude. Young Pharaoh went down in flames. And he's still burning. You hear about what happened to Young Pharaoh? He went down in flames and still burning. See? So fake ass conscious intellectuals. Dude is on fire right now. Went down in absolute flames. What's going on in the chat, Dan?
Okay, so Ayo Keith said she got bet, but tomorrow she's getting rid of it. And
she's got what?
She got BET bet. But,
oh yeah.
But tomorrow she's getting rid of it.
Yeah.
And she was agreeing with you now. Nobody's gonna do crap. They know it.
No, man, I'm telling you, see, people talk about me and say I'm crazy, whatever. But I come from a time, man, where black people didn't play like that. See, I'm used to black people who ain't afraid of white folks. They're the kind of black people I grew up around. We wasn't afraid of white folks. These black folks today, they're scared to death of white people. White folks was afraid of us when I was growing up. They wouldn't even walk on the same side. Check this out. They was too scared to even walk on the same sidewalk that we walked on. If they saw us coming, they would cross the street. They ain't want to have nothing to do with us because back then, Negroes would go in your mouth back then.
Okay.
What's going on in the chat now there?
Black Feather, Sniper. Yeah, I agree. These big business group plan everything. They know when and where to put out something. And he goes, everything. And then he goes, who is Nature Boy? Yes,
some old Nature Boy is a fucking homosexual nutcase that came up out of the conscious community, got his own little hideaway somewhere in South America, where he got a little cult. Okay, and he feeds them some old bullshit about being a reflection and all this crazy ass fucking super spacey rhetoric while he's molesting kids and having sex with all of the women and the dudes on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Young Pharaoh's boy. Young Pharaoh came up under him.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Um, yeah, let's see. He said Young Bear ain't a brother of mine. You don't consider him a brother. Let's see.
Well, you know,
AOP,
when Young Pharaoh first started out, he was pro black. He was hardcore pro black, man. He was a very bright young brother coming up, hardcore pro black, lighting up the conscious community. I mean, he was just burning people in the conscious community. Then I guess he got a little bit too big for his britches, and started turning into a coon. Now you know went down in flames.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nature Boy, some homicidal nutcase who's a pedophile and a rapist. Go ahead, Dane.
okay. Let me see. AOQ said I'm on the south side of Chicago. Come get some. No effing doubt, Max. And then
Yeah,
he said Nature Boys does all that. Truth is says Nature Boy does all that and got away with it. What
yeah,
that?
he's still getting away with it because he's not in America. He's somewhere in South. He's not over here. He's somewhere in South America. You know, somewhere over there where the laws are different. I think he was somewhere in Mexico, South America. See, he's somewhere out there, and he got some little land that some gay dude paid for. Some gay dude he had sex with bought him that land, that compound, and you know he considered himself a master teacher. You know, again, you see, these guys call themselves master teachers. See, niggas, yo, all these niggas get caught up in this bullshit, man. This don't happen to anybody else. You got niggas following losers calling themselves master teachers. They don't learn shit. They don't produce nothing. You ask the motherfuckers, well, what did you get out of being over there? Can't tell you shit except that they had sex with him. That's it. All the shit he talking, all this nature reflection in the universe, and you'll never die, you live on. Some old spacey shit. Some old scootily wah shit. Like them dudes used to do back in the day. Scootily, hey, man, you know, let me tell you something, man. It's the electrons and the protons that make the eons that turn the light on. Them type niggas. Let me tell you something, brother. You see, all the white cereals are intelligent. But why is it when you get the black cereal, you got to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? That's pretty much what he's telling them niggas over there. They ain't falling for that shit. Hey, y'all, you are a reflection of yourself, and your inner self reflects who you are on the outside. I reflect you. So when I see you, guess what? You see me. Okay. And cat, you know, Nagas think shit like that is deep. Man, that's some deep shit. Nature Boy, yo, you heard what he said? He said, when he sees me, I see him. Well, is that what you're supposed to see, bro? Nah, it's deeper than that, bro. It's quantum physics. Oh, okay.
Mika says she can't take you seriously with that pimp voice, Max.
Hey, Mika. Hey, man, do y'all like some of my? I got to polish up on some of my accents. I just haven't really had time because I've been working a lot. I haven't really had time to work on some of my foreign accents. Do y'all like the characters I be pulling off sometimes? How y'all like? How y'all like the Lalale Ricotta Avocado Mantle Buns? He's going to be my news character. He's going to do something called F News. You're gonna be like, hello, I am Delalale Ricardo Avocado Montalbans, and this is F News. Today at F News, a Becky was seen walking down the street, bouncing a huge ball. The ball was hitting the ground so hard, it sent reverberations throughout the community and caused some people to fall out of their windows. Someone had called the police. Some have claimed an earthquake. When the police called up to the Becky and asked her why was she causing all this destruction with this huge ball, she said, "What ball?" And they said, "That ball." She said, "That's not a ball. That is my stomach."
Oh, oh my
So
goodness.
he's so what y'all think about that? He's going to be doing F News. Tell me what they thought about that.
They ain't respond yet. Let's see. In the meantime, Brick said, "Did you hear about this guy, Spencer Holman, who hijacked the Black Manosphere name and trademarked it, and he completely throwing out all their old ways? It's hilarious."
No, I didn't. I didn't see that. No, that's got to be funny as all get out. And he trademarked the Manosphere name.
Yeah.
Oh well, they can't use it no more then.
What?
No, if he trademarked it, they can't legally. They can't use it. Yeah, if he trademarked it, he can sue them for using it. If that's the case, I think if you trademark something, they got to take down all references to it, okay, or they can be sued. But I think they give them a grace period to remove all references to it. Wow, what would they call themselves now? What would they call themselves now? So what they say in the comment? What did Mika think of Delalale?
She didn't
Mika,
say.
what did y'all think of Delalale?
Okay. Aoki said, "Not so much. Maybe because the new headphones, but you sound like a Mexican in my ear."
Yes. That is going to be my newscaster, y'all. Delalale Ricardo Avocado. Man, his last name is Mantu Buns. Mantu Buns.
Okay. Aoki says, "You're low-key funny, Max. I like it." And Mika's just laughing out loud. Okay, Emmanuel Briggs go on to say he's telling truth is he trademarked the name and he's rebranded it as rebranded it on a Black Power hotel movement. It's hilarious. They having a damn Civil War meltdown.
Yo, do we have anybody got any article or something we can go over that right now? Anybody got a video we can throw up and look at or something or talk about? We can because that sounds funny as hell.
Oh, wait a minute, there's more. He said exactly all that high value man crap, and no one ever thought to trademark the name because they were too busy worrying about Black women and weave. Oh, the irony of it all. Oh, so he hijacked the high value man.
He did. He hijacked all that. And you know what? And legally, they can't use it no more, right? Do they give them a grace period to stop using it, like a cease and desist? You know, I think they give them a grace period. After that grace period, they could be sued. See, that's why I won't bring out all my ideas yet, y'all. You know, because I don't want nobody stealing them and trademarking them. And Dame will tell you, I got some heavy shit on the back burner, right, Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some heavy shit on the back burner, man. But I don't want to talk about them because I'm afraid somebody will take them, you know, and probably trademark them before I do. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we got some heavy shit coming out next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max, Emmanuel Briggs said your characters are pretty funny.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I tried, man. I tried to entertain y'all. I got to brush up on some of my accents, though. I still got to work on for Jakin, who's a fake Jamaican. Delilah Lay, which is he's an ex-vampire turned reporter. You know, I ain't brought Derelacula out in a while. You know, who's a derelict vampire. I got a couple of more I'm working on. You know, I got an old crew. I got what is it name? It was OB Bobby Condos, OB Bobby Condos. I forgot the other three.
Yeah.
OB Bobby
Condo.
OB Bobby Condos.
There's so many we forgot.
Yeah, I forgot the other three. Yeah, so we try to do different things, man. You know, we try to do skits and, you know, make y'all laugh and, you know, not just, we got things we want to engage. I want to get some bingo going on up in here, y'all, and turn us into old black folks. Y'all, yo, I don't know if they play bingo anymore. Remember them bingo halls, y'all?
Mm-hmm. They still do.
Boy, black folks didn't play, but they bingo.
They still do.
They was in their bingo halls righteously, boy. They was serious about that bingo. My grandmama, aunts and them, shit. They was serious about that bingo. Bingo was pretty cool, man. You know, you go there. It was better than playing the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what bingo hall you go to, man, they had some good games, man. $2,500 pots, $5,000 pot. The most I've ever seen was a $6,000 pot. You know what I'm saying? $6,000 bracket. You know, but mostly it's $800, $2,000, $1,500. You know. Yeah, I want to get some bingo going and turn us into old school black folk. We all being here like old folks playing bingo. You know what I'm saying? For $25 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Be up in here arguing over $25. Playing bingo back. Yo, baby. Okay. Hey, y'all, we all be here playing bingo, arguing over a $25 pot. What number was it? Now you don't get to hear it again. Well, God damn it, what number was it? Yeah.
Wow.
I love my black folks, man. I love my black folk. Yeah. Hey, somebody throw us some information, man, about that dude, man. So we can talk about it, because I didn't hear about it. What they doing in the chat right now?
Oh.
Yeah, the topic is over, y'all. We just kicking it now. We kicking about whatever y'all want to kick it about. We just hanging, chilling.
You play too. Aoki says you play too much. Truth is saying, LOL. I ain't trying to be an old man yet, fam.
Word, yo, we gonna be some old men and old ladies up here playing bingo, y'all. Arguing over a $25 pot and shit. A 20 word spar.
Okay. I found an article, Dr. Spencer Holman to launch the Black Manosphere Magazine Special Annual Edition 2021 Core Glossary and Report Card.
See, that's the reason why you got to see. That's why I won't divulge all my ideas. I know I got some great ideas. I don't want to start talking about it. They're already, listen, believe it or not, y'all, do y'all know that my content is being jacked? They jacking my content, yo. They're rummaging through my old shows and cherry picking my content, yo. Stuff I said a while back. They rummaging through shows and cherry picking my content. How about that? And they said I wouldn't shit. Because they cherry picking my content, right, Dane? They cherry picking
Yeah.
our content.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Let's see. Ayo Keish says, no, I'd rather play Space or Uno. A channel. The truth is that a channel called The Christmas Cure has a video on. Y'all want to check it out on live? No. Ayo Keish
Well,
goes, who out here biting your style, fam? That's a Black
uh,
Feather.
you can answer that, Dane, because Dane see more of it than I do.
What? Oh, okay. Who I see biting the style?
It's a lot of people, bro.
Yeah. I really don't want to say no names because we know all of them. You know.
Yep, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, we're where they biting. Some of them we don't mind. They on the same link with us. They on the same side with us. But there's others. We know you biting us. We
Yeah.
know you biting our old stuff. We can hear it.
They jacking some of my shit over in the manosphere, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I
Yeah.
guess because I guess because I'm not on there. I hadn't been watching them that
Yeah.
closely. You know, or they stopped. They stopped.
I remember when I came out
Posting.
with the I remember when I came out with the Tube Belt podcast, they jumped all over that. Then when I came out when we came out with Song Life, somebody actually stole Song Life from us and tried to act like they was the ones who came up with it.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget the pass me my cape thing.
Yep, they
Everybody was
jacked that
using
one.
that.
Yep, they jacked that one. Yeah.
Well, actually, that one was kind of funny. You know,
The thing about it though, right? You see, what people don't understand, right? This ain't even the tenth of my content. What y'all seeing right now is like a rough a draft of me. I don't prepare for none of these shows. You know, I just come out on the spur of the moment and just start talking. Like when I have time to really sit down and prepare, oh, y'all gonna hear some old. It's gonna go up a couple of notches. You know what I'm saying? But you understand, I don't never prepare. I don't prepare for my shows, man. I just get a topic in my head and I just go with the way I feel. I just come out here and just go at it, right, Dame? I don't prepare or study nothing. I just
yeah,
just go with what I feel.
yeah, coming from the heart.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
speak from the heart, man. You know, I'm about that real shit. I don't worry about being politically correct or if I make a mistake or I don't worry about nothing like that. You know. And I just come from the heart, man, you know. Especially when I talk about it. See, it's so easy for me to talk about black women because I love them so much, right? So it's easy for me to sit up here and talk positive about black women. I don't need to study or even think about that. That's something that just comes natural. You know what I mean? But my other content, it is what it is, man. At the moment, you know, I don't study or think about nothing, man. I just get on here and just roll with it. Yeah, I told them a title, and when it comes time to go live, I get on here, and boom, I after the title. Now I don't ever prepare yet for a show.
Anyway, um, yeah, and Matt, sometimes when he be giving titles, I be thinking, where are you going with this? I know you're going somewhere, And then he surprised me, because I think I be knowing how he's gonna go with a topic or how the title express, and it be hold something else, or it be deeper than you would expect. Uh,
Remember the one I did about the bear and the growl? Yeah, that was
yeah,
funny, man. That was
that
funny
was
as
the
shit.
that was the unintended funny, but yeah, it was
Yeah,
funny.
that was fun.
Let's see. Okay, Ayo Keith says she's not surprised somebody is biting your stuff, but she like to know who. Truth is that you're gonna inspire me to start a channel, and it sounds like truth is word up. I don't know if that's what he's trying to tell him to call his channel, but
Yeah, man. Start your channel, Truth. I'll support you, man.
mhm.
I'm about helping my people, man. We
Oh,
don't always get help. We don't always get help from our people, but we still gonna help our people regardless. Eventually, we'll get some black people in here, that want to help the network. So we're gonna keep reaching out. We got people coming in here thinking they slick, advertising their shows, their channels. I don't trip, man. Don't nobody use me, bro. I just don't say nothing. I just let them get into it. They black people. They trying to eat. I don't say nothing. The thing about it is they disrespectful, right? Don't even ask me. But I'm kind enough to overlook that too. I'm an old man. I'm not a young buck anymore. If I was young, I'd dig in somebody's ass about it, right? But I'm blessed. I'm older. Some cats ain't got no manners, or so it is what it is. Hopefully, I can rub off on them, But I know some cats come up here and advertise their channels and stuff. I don't trip, and they don't even have the wherewithal to even ask me if they could. You know,
or or even acknowledge where they got it from.
man, people, man, who supposed to be, cool with us live, they drop somebody else link in my Discord. You know, won't drop my link nowhere, but will drop somebody else's link in my Discord. But it's cool, man. I don't say nothing, bro. Like I said, our biggest opposition has been black folk. Know what I mean? We're going to keep pushing, doing what we do. Eventually, the bad people will fall by the wayside, because eventually, what they're doing will run its course to do anything else after that. So we just let it ride. We don't say nothing. But trust me, we see everything going on. I got people coming here who don't show me any respect but advertise their channels and shit. But they black, so I don't say nothing. I could get petty and throw them the hell out of here and block them, right? But that ain't really gonna solve nothing. They black people, they trying to make it, so it is what it is. I don't know what they're coming over here for in the first place. I mean, we're still a small channel. We haven't caught on yet, because we're a little different than everybody else, man. We're not a smut channel. We don't just do smut, but we might talk about something like that once in a while. We don't do news all the time. We don't do gossip, but we have a little bit of some of those things, and sometimes what we do. And then we do skits and stuff. We come up with colorful content. We're a little different. So, we just haven't really caught on yet.
Yeah, Mika said it'll come, but I notice it takes a while unless you own that BS.
Yeah,
And
exactly. And we're
she
not
said,
on that.
mhm. And she said, I noticed that. I guess she noticed that your content's been taken, but you let it slide. So hey, she let it
Yeah.
slide along with it.
Yeah. And
And
y'all
they
might
hit.
hear people
Hmm.
taking my content, right? But we're not going to trip, man. You know what I'm saying? No weapon formed against us will prosper. We'll let them get ahead and do that because apparently they feel that's something that they need to do to feed their families. And I'm not going to stop nobody from trying to feed their family. It ain't really hurting us that much because eventually, because here's the thing, right? What's done in the dark is going to come to the light, right? You keep stealing my content, you're going to start sounding like me, right?
Hmm.
Eventually, people who watch us are going to recognize our content somewhere else. And sooner or later, if they keep doing it, somebody going to call them out. That's why we ain't saying that. We're just going to keep doing content. Eventually, they're going to get called out. Somebody going to come and say, hey, man, you got that from Maximum, man. That's not your content. Watch.
Oh, she said when people come in here advertising and channel, I was referring to that.
Well, I'm gonna stop. Well, you see, it's kind of hard to stop it because they have their name, their channel in their name. You know what I'm saying? And and they're black, so I'm not gonna try to begrudge them or whatever. They're trying to grow their little channels or whatever. It is what it is. You know. But if somebody come here advertising a channel and they get filthy with us, that's gonna be a different story. Okay.
Hmm.
As long as they, come in here with some respect, a little bit of respect, we're not tripping. We all black folks. We gotta learn how to deal with each other. At some point, we got to stop being against each other. So if that's what I want, to us ultimately to stop hurting each other, then I have to lead by example. You know, and hopefully the example that I'm setting will rub off on them, and they realize, hey man, I ain't got to do this to another black man or a black woman. We can work together. So I'm hoping that the example that I'm setting by not tripping on them and letting them do that will eventually get to them and turn their minds around so we can work together as black people. I'm hoping that's what happens.
Hmm. Yeah, she says that's understandable, and they have been respectful.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Then you got cut off.
Oh, Mika says that's understandable, and yes, they
Hello?
have been respectful. Can you hear me?
Right. hmm
Mhm.
Yeah, and they black folks, and some of them ain't got no manners. They just come barging in here advertising their channel without even asking me or anything like that. But it's all right. We black folk, we got a ways to go. We got a lot of stuff to fix. So even when I go into black owned restaurants, I see crazy shit going on. I don't trip. I go to the manager on the low. Hey, look, man. Um, how your waiter over there, man? Can you have dudes stop riding around here in a skateboard and shit? You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't. You know, we got to start helping each other. Now, I could be an asshole and throw them all out of here. You know, because ain't none of them actually advertise their channel. But it's cool. We black folk. We gotta work with it. We're not always spit polished. We don't always cross our T's and dot our I's, and we ain't always got manners. Sometimes we gotta work with that. You know, we black folk. We'll figure it out. We'll find a way to work it out.
Mhm.
I believe in my people. Eventually, we'll find a way to work it out. Cause we're gonna do our little nigga stuff every now and then. That's how we get down. We black folk. So every now and then we're gonna do our little niggas.
Uh, yeah, people should ask, but if they're, for those that their name is their channel, is a little harder because hey, just them coming in as themselves is the advertising. But as for the rest of them, yeah, they should ask. I used to
I'm
be the
trying to
ones that.
figure. I'm
Mhm.
trying to figure out right how to buy everybody a drink. That's what
Oh,
I'm trying to
wow.
figure out. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yes.
figure out how to buy everybody a drink, like on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be like, drinks are on me, right? And so I know
Oh,
now
okay.
if you had DoorDash app, right? 7-Eleven sells liquor now, right? And you can send gifts to someone on DoorDash, right? So say five of y'all had DoorDash and y'all had 7-Elevens there, right? I can buy all of y'all some liquor. I can buy all y'all a drink. I'll try to figure a way out how to do that. So we all could be sitting up here tripping on ladies' night, having some spirits, getting drunk. Oh, let me stop encouraging drinking.
Yeah, not to mention, I don't think truth is legal. Not yet, anyhow.
Truth is, can't drink.
Not for a couple of years. I think. I didn't know about the 7-Eleven where I'm no longer breastfeeding, so I can have a drink.
Mm.
Uh, oh, you mean the
Yes,
7? Uh huh.
man, she just made me think about my new birth village, for black women, pregnant black women.
Uh huh.
I was talking to Dame about that in the back chat, man. I got some big plans for New Birth Village. And like I said before, man, I think the laws should be changed. If it was up to me, you wouldn't be able to do anything to a pregnant woman at all. You would just the best thing you could do is just walk away from her. You won't be able to put your hands on her or nothing. And I don't even care if she put her hands on you. You better not touch her. The best bet is to walk away from her. Teach people to leave pregnant women alone. Leave them alone. They're already going through a lot. Sometimes they can't help what they say. Leave them alone. And if somebody starts and gets an argument with her, I'm going to blame that person. What are you arguing with her for? She's pregnant. Yeah, but you should have said that. You shouldn't have said nothing to her. That's the way I'm going to see it. That's the way I'm going to see it. You should have said nothing to her. She's pregnant. Should have kept your mouth shut. Leave her alone. I'm telling you, some of these dudes that be beating up their pregnant need their ass whooped. I'll tell y'all, man, y'all don't understand. Y'all underestimate ass whoopings. A
Uh-huh.
good ass whooping will tighten up a lot of people. Tighten them right on up. Good old fashioned ass whooping. Be like, man, you put your hands on that pregnant woman, God help you. I'm going to lay hands on you. Going to lay hands on you, bro. I'll be over there in a few minutes and I'm going to lay hands on you.
Yeah.
In some countries, I think if you hurt a pregnant woman, they to a pole and beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
I think in some countries they tie you to a pole and beat the hell out of you. And I think in Singapore they hit you with that cane. That cane to tear the
Ooh.
skin off your ass.
Yeah, because it's like a sugar cane. It ain't no soft
Tara,
wood. All
that
right.
shit, they hit you on your ass with that, it's taking off skin.
Mika says she enjoyed it talking about pregnant women. It was nice to hear what the other ladies experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
that way you don't feel alone, and you know that hey, this is normal. If
I mean,
pregnant
we can
women.
hear, I mean, Ladies Night is my creation. Well, actually, it's a collaboration between
Mhm,
me and a sister named Verbal Assassin. Okay. Shout out to the Verbal Assassin. Okay.
mhm.
We created Ladies Night. She was the first host of Ladies Night, and she was very good. Okay. Unfortunately, there was a misunderstanding that messed everything up. But we still love her to death over here, and she is always welcome over here. But she was the original creator with me of Ladies Night. And that's when Ladies Night was popping, man. Ooh boy. Well, we used to have the panel lit up, man.
Lit up and liquored up. Ah,
Yeah, it was live, man. But it is what it is. I mean, we miss her. That definitely hurt when she left. But it is what it is. She's doing her thing now, and we support her, and we always gonna love her. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So, but we want to get Ladies Night back popping. We are looking for a few more ladies to come up and host with Ladies Night. Get you some cash apps going. You know what I'm saying? And we would, and you know what? And ladies, like ideas. Give us some ideas of what you like, what you want to see. Because I'm a man. I don't know what you ladies like. I don't know what y'all like for a good time. I be asking Dame all the time. They don't ever tell me nothing. You know, you say the same thing over and over again. You don't ever tell me nothing. So I don't know what. So y'all can drop some suggestions. Y'all can email Dame, drop some suggestions in there, and we'll definitely check them out. And Ladies Night going to be undergoing a facelift anyway next year. It's going to have its own graphics and everything. All of the graphics are going to be different. You know, it's going to have a presentation when it starts up. You know, but yeah, it used to be hot, man. Yeah, we used to have a. Ladies Night used to be hot, and we're going to get it hot again. It's taking us some time to get it back jumping again, but trust me, we ain't gonna stop till we get it back jumping again. What they saying in the chat there?
Mika says I remember a verbal. I guess it's a verbal assassin.
Yeah, Berber's my sweetheart, man. Berber was awesome, man. But she was on Ladies Night. Ladies Night was rocking.
Yeah.
It was rocking.
And she could. Oh, Mika said even if we only chopping it up, it's nice to hear our perspective on what's going on in the world.
Yeah, well, that's what this is all about, Mika. It's a pro-black woman's space. That's why the whole network is pro-black woman. That's why it's called the Ebony Star Network. The Power Network that I got coming up is more for black men and black women, but the Ebony Star Network is geared more towards females, more towards black women. Brothers can participate, but it's really a network for the black woman. You know what I'm saying? It's a safe haven because I don't want to keep telling the same story, but when I first came on here, it was bad for black women, wasn't it? I mean, black women would get cussed out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There was nowhere that they can go where they couldn't. They was getting attacked, jumped in chat rooms by dudes. I mean, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dudes would jump on a woman. I ain't never seen a cowardice like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
they would trick women to come up on the panel, or they would
yeah,
say things to upset and is for her to come and defend herself, and then as they talking, as soon as she says one thing, either that they disagree with, or just some cases even just open her mouth, and they going in. Well, they had set up questions like, mhm, that's B bish, that's B B crap. Them going in. Yeah, that's why ladies night and try to encourage the ladies to come in because we can get to the point of chopping it up. Even if it's not just talk about the topic we have in mind, just chop it up and talk. Because that's another thing that I miss about ladies night. We would just come in and talk. Sometimes it was on the topic. There was those of us who was there who talk about the topic. If you had something to say about what on the topic, you come up and say your thing. If we even had someone who came up, say what they said, and hop off while we have a discussion about it.
And
Especially,
if
mhm.
we had Miss J over here the other day. She was one of the original women of Ladies Night. She came around a lot. I remember her and Charles Faulkner got into it, but Miss J is from way back when we first started too. She as you can see, she's a very cool black woman. And we ain't seen her in a minute. She jumps up every now and then, but she was more frequent when Verbal was here. You know what I'm saying? But she drops in every now and then. She came by the other day when we did the other topic, right, Dame? The one with yeah, so we got some, depending on what topic, we'll draw out some of the old women, some of the women that used to frequent. They still hang around. They still around. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on what topic we drop. You may see certain women come here you ain't never seen before, but trust me, they're not new to this platform. They just ain't been here in a while. Like Sugar Bee and they haven't been here in a while, but they still watch from the clouds, but they haven't been here in a while. But certain topics will draw them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it used to be fire. At one point we was having fights every night on this channel. That's when we was streaming nearly 7 days a week.
At about 10 hours. 10 hours.
Yeah, about 10. We was having 10-hour shows like almost every night because the panel was so rocking. You couldn't even stop the show. Couldn't even stop the show. Yeah. We were doing 8, 9, 10-hour live streams like it was nothing.
And then I think this is when we started out later, like at about 9 o'clock.
Yeah. 10 o'clock.
9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. We started at 10 o'clock at night, get off like 6, 7 in the morning. It'd be like 6, 7 in the morning, yo. We get ready to shut it down. Y'all, it's time to go. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, yo. I gotta go to work. That's it. It was
church.
Yeah, it was live, man. It was fun. It was fun too. I mean, at one time we were fighting all night. But some of these shows were so bad. We were fighting from as soon as the show started to the show end. There was a number of fights.
Well, it wasn't really about fights, but we'll have trolls.
Yeah,
the chat.
Trolls.
We have sneaky troll people coming on
the panel.
The panel was open to women. So we thinking, every woman is on the same side, and it'll be fine for a while, and then they'll say something, and then off we go.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh, so you don't snuck up here? It was wild, man. It was wild, man. But then we finally shut all that down.
Yeah.
We finally shut all that down, but it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, we was getting like
we was getting like 600 views in like 40 minutes and shit. You know what I'm saying? We had like 600 views and shit, man. It was crazy. Go back and look at some of the old stuff, y'all. And look how many views they got. 1,000 views. You know, go all the way down to the bottom and see all them old shows. They were fire, man.
Hard to believe we got 800 shows.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Yeah, man, we was doing shows every night.
Okay. Yeah, yes, true. Okay, true said, I can't believe before that I thought our community was intact. It wasn't until this year that I found out we separated. And Mika
Mm.
answers him, yes, true, we still going through it, but the black women are fighting back. I just hate that us fighting leads to uplifting non-blacks. Same here, true. I didn't and still don't see the divide in real life like online, but clearly we're divided. And Mika
Well,
goes,
you know,
wow, 800 shows?
yeah. Oh yeah. Man, we was smoking at one point, you know, and then we had that massive fallout, which broke everything up. You know, when I used to run with this group called the Gray Regime, we had a massive fallout, which stopped the production. You know, we had a massive fallout, and but but check it out. So, but you know what, though, Mika, we can build. We don't have to uplift non-blacks. What we need to do is uplift brothers like Truth, young brothers who are looking to do the right thing, right? Young brothers who are studying, young brothers who are working towards something. That's how I think black women should start fighting back by getting involved in the younger generation, the brothers, you know, and helping them along. You know, um, black women can also get involved in gent culture. You know, even though the gent culture is for the young men that I teach, but y'all can also put your 2 cents in, you know, to help strengthen gent culture so we can raise a culture of young men who are respectful, who have honor, who have courage. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that we can do, you know, that we can fight back with. And also, gent culture is a double whammy because it fights against pimp culture. Okay, and pimp culture is what teaches hatred of black women. So, you know, gent culture is the antithesis of that. So black women, like I said, even though it's for the young men who are being trained to, we're trying to train to be upstanding young men, the black women can also put their 2 cents in because ultimately gent culture is going to benefit you the most. You know, that's why we're building the men for you. So you can have an abundance of decent men to choose from. You know, that's the whole point of gent culture. That's why I love doing gent culture and y'all in here watching while I'm teaching the young brothers, you know, so y'all can see what's going on. It's kind of like being a fly on the wall with men, you know, older men are teaching younger men, you know, how to be men. And I believe we need it because there's a lot of young brothers that don't have any teachings and they don't have any guidance. This ain't for these old heads, right? This is for the young brothers who don't have a father, never been taught nothing, don't know the basics or the fundamentals. That's also what gen coach is for them too. To give them some kind of basic guidance. You know, and like I said, the sisters, you know, it's something that's positive for you. And y'all can always throw your 2 cents in. Say, hey, add this to gent culture, and tweak this, tweak that. Y'all can definitely add your 2 cents in.
Okay.
Dame loves it. Dame likes being on the panel watching gent culture. She loves it. It's one of her favorite shows.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially when the red flags of black women, don't ignore
Yeah,
that. Pay
definitely.
attention to that.
Right. Definitely pay attention to them red flags. And you notice when I talk to the guys, I talk a certain way. Pay attention to the way I talk to the guys. Pay attention to some of the things I say about red flags. You know, because sometimes I'll also take a, I will turn my attention off of the brothers briefly and turn it to the women, and I'll say, now you see, sisters, this is the type of dude that you got to stay away from. Okay, this is the type of brother right here that do nothing but cause misery in your life. Right? Definitely pay attention to the times when I'm talking about that, because you would definitely benefit from that. Because there's a lot of bad dudes out here that y'all can't see coming. Go ahead, Dan.
Um, yeah, yeah. Also, when you telling uh the men, how to court and all that other stuff, they
Yeah.
also see uh because there's too many of us, especially the younger generation of women, that didn't grow up with fathers or grandfathers or uncles or big brothers or whatever
Hmm.
to tell them these things. So now they also know the man that they should be looking for.
Hmm.
You teaching the
And,
brothers how to be these men, and you also unknowingly teaching the sisters what to look for in the man.
and, you, and we may have to revamp some things. It depends because today's black woman is different from the black woman that I grew up with. You see, the black woman I grew up with, we was taught romance. So, candy, flowers, ambiance, all that makes a difference. Um, the mood, all that makes a difference. Your scenery, where you take a woman, what type of music is being played, the way you dress, all that plays into your romance. But today, what are the sisters looking for in a way of romance, or even if they're looking for it at all? Because just like some brothers were walking around here untrained and don't know nothing, there's some sisters that has never been romance and don't know anything about romance. They've never had a guy be romantic to them or even do anything romantic for them. So they've never experienced romance because you got to experience it with a guy. A guy has to know how to be romantic with you in order for you to experience romance. That's something that the guy has to bring to you. And we were taught that when I was younger. We was taught how to romance a woman, right? So these young brothers don't have those teachings. So because they don't have the teachings, then I'm thinking that the generation of women that's with them don't they've never experienced being romanced.
Okay, Yvette, I dropped the link twice. There's a person called Brother Prophet, yeah, Brother Prophets, and he asked for the link, and I've dropped it twice. You know, and shoots, I don't know what to tell him. Here, there it is
Right.
again. Hmm.
Yeah, and so like I was saying, so just like you have some brothers who haven't been taught how to romance women and they don't know what to do to romance a woman, you're going to have a large contingent of women who never experienced romance. So these are some of the things that we try to teach on Gent Culture, how to be romantic. I do have a romantic episode coming up. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it. Where I'm going to start teaching, romanticism, and how to be romantic with a lady. I might have to update it a little bit because, like I said, this generation of black women aren't like the ones that I grew up with. So I got to see how it plays out because some of the old methods may not work today. Because again, we're probably dealing with a crop of women that don't have any experience with romance.
Yeah. Mika says, my daughter is 18 now, but a few of her friends have cried to me because they feel like they won't have black babies. due to the things the boys have said to them and the way they treat them.
Yeah, see, that's a big problem. That's why gen culture is needed.
Hmm.
These boys don't have any real teachings. What they're doing is they're being taught how to be destructive.
Yeah.
I was listening to some dude, yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Praise all these white women.
What?
Now, just praising, talking about, man, white women got it hands down, my brother. A black woman can never touch a white woman. I said to him, why would she want to? I mean, she don't want to catch babies or anything, right? Like, why would she want to? Nah, brother, it ain't about her catching no babies, man. The white woman is just a class above the black woman. Oh, is that right? In what way? Well, the white woman, man, can really get the sex on and all that. Know what I mean? She can teach a brother new tricks. Well, she can teach a dog new tricks too. Literally. Oh, well, what you trying to say? That your girl has sex with animals. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have a problem with being with a woman that may get you confused sometimes with a four-legged animal? What are you going to do if she just had sex with a dog and they want to have sex with you? Nah, but it ain't like that, man. What if you get in bed with her and you smell a dog, but you don't see one in the house anywhere? Nah, brother, you just being hateful, man. Hello?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna be thinking about it. Shoots. A lot of Beckys have dogs, big dogs.
These guys don't want to be with black women because black women aren't sexual deviants like the rest of a lot of these women are.
Uh-huh. He even said it. He said the white woman do all kind of tricks and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Black women ain't into all that nasty shit. Not why they don't like black women. Like, no, she ain't gonna have sex with a dog, bro. That's what you got your Becky's for. I'm gonna tell y'all, sisters, right? If y'all saw what they was after these women for, y'all would feel good about yourselves. Y'all start cheering them on. Yeah, go ahead over there with them. Yeah. Go ahead.
And mark them down as do not mess with
That's
this
okay.
idiot.
I'm working on some receipts, so I can show y'all once and for all what I'm talking about, so y'all can see for yourself. And once y'all see this stuff, I guarantee you're gonna be on some. Oh yeah, let them go ahead. Yeah, go the hell on. They're gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to be desired by y'all. Yeah, you're right. You ain't gonna want to be desired after I show you what I want to show you. You ain't gonna want to be desired.
Now I think Mika's still recovering from the first uh, uh least desired thing.
Nah, but I ain't show y'all no real hardcore receipts. Did I show them anything?
No.
Or did we just read an article?
Um
Now I want to show
no.
y'all. I want to show y'all some receipts, and I
Oh,
guarantee you, when I'm done, you're gonna be on some. I don't want to be. You ain't gonna want to be desired. You're gonna be on something. That's right. Stay the f away from me. You're gonna make this. You're gonna be like, why you around me? I'm undesired. Get out of here. They ain't gonna want these niggas around you. I'll tell you. Watch. Gauge the chat, Dave.
all right. Mika was saying that she didn't think it had gotten trickled down to the kid to the teens, but she wished all the teens were like her children. And let me see. And Truth was saying he thought he can't believe. I didn't think that too many brothers in my generation would be doing all that. Are they
Yeah.
okay?
Well, what's your generation, Truth? Are you Z or Y? You double X. What are you?
He
What is
might
he?
be the new Alpha A.
Oh, they
Oh,
on
the
something
new
else.
generation Alpha.
Oh,
Yeah.
they on something else.
Hmm.
One of them the generations got some serious promise. One of them guys, I don't know if it's Generation Z or
Oh,
whatever.
he
One of them
says
got
he's
some serious.
Generation Z.
Yeah, I
Really?
think that's the one. Is Generation Z got some serious promise.
He must be the lower end of the Generation Zs. I thought the
Yeah, that
Generation
generation.
Alpha was.
I think it's Generation Z. I think they're the ones with the most promise because they're not being influenced. A lot of them got very strong wills. They're not being influenced by all of this stuff. And they're fearless.
Well, yeah, yeah, quite a few of them, and they seem to have more sense than some of the older
Yeah,
generation.
exactly. I say that's a blessing because we didn't create that generation like that because we don't have nothing to teach that right now. So that has to be a miracle from the creator to create that generation.
Not to mention, they're not being raised up by their fathers. They raised up by their grandfathers,
Yeah.
and and some older uncles and stuff like that.
Yeah, Generation Z gives us hope. A
Hmm.
lot of the men, a lot of the men are very strong-willed. They're not effeminate. A lot of the young men in that generation are fearless. They're not effeminate. They're not influenced by all of this effeminate shit. So they got the most promised. I think that new alpha, whatever, I think they're gone. I think they're already jacked up.
Well, actually, they're still fairly young. They like the
Yeah,
um.
but they're already messed up, man, with the homo crap done got to a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
You know. But that Generation Z, that's the one with the most promise. They different. They different than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The later age, the Generation Z. You know, those
Yeah.
born closer to 2000.
So yeah, so they got the most promise. They may end up getting us out of this. We hoping, man. That's why whenever I meet one of them, I try to give them all the knowledge that I can, because I know that they're gonna use it. They're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
use it. And
they really looking for
one
us.
thing I like about them is that they're not afraid. They will fight. They are fearless. They're not afraid of white people. They ain't afraid of white supremacy. I don't even know how they got. Like I said, this has got to be a miracle because we're not capable at this juncture of bringing up that kind of generation. There's too many absentee fathers. Everything is messed up. So that's got to be divine intervention.
Yeah,
That
their
that that
generation
they were
is going to
born.
go into the
Yeah,
promised land.
yeah. Because when I talk to a lot of them, I'm like, wait a minute. We didn't do this. We didn't create these people. They came from somewhere else. You know, because we don't have the capabilities now with too many all these sellouts and these absentee fathers and these bum ass niggas chasing the stupid conscious community. We don't have what it takes to create that kind of generation. I don't even know how they even came about. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I like the way they think. Most likely, I like their fearlessness. They're fearless. They're not afraid.
Hmm.
You
Well,
know.
think about it, Max. Is biblical. Uh,
Hmm.
the Israelites coming out of Egypt. You do
Right.
know that uh, that generation that came out of Egypt, they didn't go to the promised land because they were
Right.
fearful.
Well,
But
what we got to
the
do
new
is,
generation isn't, and those are the ones that end up
yeah,
going to the promised land.
right. So what we got to do is when we encounter one of them, we got to give them all the knowledge that we got because they're going to use it. They're going to use it. Yeah. So I got a
Well,
lot of promise. I got a lot of promise They got a lot of promise.
He says my father was a late generation X and my mother was an early generation Y.
Yeah, I'm Generation X. I'm from the old Generation X. Out of the '60s. I'm on the tail end of Generation X myself.
Mhm.
I was born in '67. You know, boy, I loved it growing up in the '70s, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Yeah, we look like we had our sartorial expression was a little jacked up, but the quality of black people was extremely strong back then. It was very, very strong. You know.
Okay,
Hold
hey,
on. Look
brother
up
Prophet on the panel, Max.
sartorial for me. Make sure I'm using that correctly. Brother Prophet, what's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd say peace and blessings to the show. I've been watching you
All right.
guys for quite a while, and I must say I'm very impressed, and I hope you guys keep going
Oh,
strong.
we appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Now,
that.
I'm kind of late to the party, so I really don't understand what the topic was, but I just wanted to add my 2 cents to what you guys have been talking about. I believe you guys been on here for what, a year or two?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going on 2
No,
years.
no. It's closer to 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what I just want to say is, I understand. I understand when I listen to you guys talk. I mean, I hear the frustration. I see that. I feel that you guys are really, really disappointed in what in the modern day black man. But
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let y'all know this, and I mean, this isn't me trying to be pessimistic or nihilistic. You guys are trying to place these high expectation, these high standards on these men. But I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you. Like, I'm not saying you guys aren't in the real world, and I mean, it's just based off my circle. A lot of the brothers I be talking to, they're not trying to fix these communities. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
these brothers, in my personal opinion, they're trying to leave. Like, not a day goes by. I bring this point to a lot of brothers, like, black women are the fastest growing business owners, I believe. I mean, hey
Mm-hmm.
man, if you look at it, we should be the ones who are the fastest growing business minority in the country, because I mean, towards the end of the day, black women can't compete with white men. Towards the end of the day, it would have to be another group of men or another man to compete with a white man. But I'm just saying, I'm at the point now to where I just feel that this whole community is just up in flames, and I don't think black people in general, but particularly black men, are equipped to fix it. I know that's pessimistic, but that's just based off of what I hear in my real life, and based off.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Nat. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Interesting. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Maybe you can ask them this question for me, or they can come on the show if they want. I would love to have a conversation with them. The question is, where are you going?
Look, look, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I mean, there's 2 categories. I put these, brother. I would say A and B. These are just the defeated brothers with that defeatist mindset that just want to go to their job, come home, and boom. When you start talking about industry and all that shit, it's like speaking a foreign language to them. Now, group B, these are the people where they probably got a degree, they got a trade, they make decent money, but instead of investing that money back into their community, they go to another community and they basically get a non-black woman and they feel like they're living in Beverly Hills. They don't even want to be associated with the community, So yeah, those are the 2 groups I run into, and I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, because I tell a lot of black men that when you're talking about building a civilization or building a community, I mean, towards the end of the day, it does come down to the men, regardless of what obstacles were set up in the past or the future. But it doesn't matter if I'm talking to an educated black man. It doesn't matter if I'm talking to a blue collar black man. And hell, it doesn't matter if I'm talking to a Pookie and Ray Ray, quote unquote, whatever they call in this space. They just don't want to build their communities up. They just say, fuck it, let it burn, call it quits. So I'm just saying, you got, I mean, I know you guys, even you, Knight, I know you've been, you give a lot of, you've been very critical, but you give constructive criticism. And I can hear in your voice that you want to see black men win.
That's right.
That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to see. But I'm just going to be a buck with you, man. When you talking about the millennials and this upcoming Gen Z and the generation after that.
Yeah, Z.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest with you, man. I wonder if we're so broken beyond repair at this point. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think we're beyond repair. It's just it is bad. Z has a lot of promise because they're unique. Not even sure how they were even created, but they're unique. They're different. They have a lot of promise. But here's the problem with letting the community burn, right?
Yeah.
It's like letting your house burn down. Once it burns down, you have nowhere to live. You have no other community anywhere else.
Agreed. I agree.
Okay, now some of you may be able to sprinkle off into different communities ran by foreign men, but you can only do that for so long, because once a certain contingent of you get there, that's going to draw the attention of the men in that community out.
That's true. That's true.
All right. And then you're going to have a problem.
It's like I was on I forgot this, but I was on, I believe it was I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. I was on BGS Idmore's channel. And they were actually having this so-called debate about black.
Wait a minute, what is your name again?
Brother Prophet.
You said Brother Prophet. You sound familiar.
Yeah, we were having this discussion about black people divesting, black men divesting and all this shit. And I echoed your same sentiments. I mean, black men aren't about to go in these communities and marry these women in mass. So, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, where exactly can black men go in mass outside the black community? I don't know. They wouldn't be able to go back to Africa. I don't even think they'll be able to go back there.
There is nowhere for you to go. There's nowhere for you to go. Now, if we didn't have the white man around, then I'd say go for it. You can go and make an enclave and turn it into a utopia or a salubrious environment. You can do that. But you can't go anywhere in this country without the white man in your face. You can't really go outside this country without the foreign man in your face. There's nowhere you can go. The only place you can go is in your own community. And that is even up for question, even if it's your community or not, because it seems to be owned and operated.
Yeah, you don't
by
own
either
anything.
whites or foreign. Yeah, exactly. You don't own nothing there. You're just renting. And so, you got to make your mind up. You're either going to make a stand here, or you're going to go down.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
I mean, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. It's like, in my
I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, right?
Yeah.
There's nobody playing games with us.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Nobody cares about how you feel. Nobody cares about your heart being broken. Nobody cares how much you hate the black woman, right? You step in their area, they're gonna deal with you. You got nowhere to go. You have no allies. You have no friends. You have nowhere to go. You are on your own. So you either make a stand now or you go down for the count. Those are your only choices.
I mean, another good prime example of that would be, look at how, I don't know how much you read into geopolitics, but look at what the Chinese is doing to Africa right as we're speaking.
Well, Africans are about to put a stop to that. That's actually slowing down.
Yeah, I know the president of Tanzania, he
Hmm.
rejected some of the loans from the Chinese. I know
Yeah,
Paul Kagame of Rwanda did the same thing. I do know
yeah,
that Zambia, they defaulted on their debt, and
yeah,
China had to seize their ports. I mean,
yeah,
I agree with you. I mean, I don't have no
yeah.
disagreement with you on there.
Yeah, the Africans done got wise to that. They getting ready to put the kibosh on that. So the Chinese are going to be ass out pretty soon.
So, what do you think, in your personal opinion, what do you think black men need to do? I mean, to win, in your
They,
opinion?
they need to go ball their fists up and punch somebody in the face and knock them down. If they get back up, knock them down again and keep knocking them down till they don't get back up.
And so, are you speaking more from
And
not
that's
putting
called
words?
and you know what that's called? It's called a victory.
And are you talking about from like a militaristic standpoint, a political standpoint, or
Well,
an economic standpoint?
I'm talking about from a either an average standpoint, a natural standpoint, because you don't have a military that you control. What you do have are people in your community. What's going to get us out of this is what we do for ourselves in our own vicinities, in our own areas, where they're either being gentrified or they're trying to force us out or they're trying to put up farming businesses. Our money don't even bounce in our communities anymore. It don't bounce at all. It just flies out of the community. It doesn't even touch your hand anymore. It just grow wings and fly away.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Yeah, it just grows wings and fly away. It doesn't even bounce anymore. Okay? That's because you have too many foreign businesses in your community swallowing up your money. You don't have any markets anywhere. You can't build any real stable businesses because you don't have a community. That means you don't have a built-in market. When you look at the Chinese man, he has a built-in market everywhere. Why? He has communities. The white man has communities. The Hispanic man has communities. They can sustain their own businesses. You can't. You have no communities. Nobody's going to buy anything from you. What business that you're going to start, right? Realistically, that's going to be successful. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, even if you wanted to, hell, even if you wanted to sit here and open up a beauty supply store, I mean, the Asians they own and control that. So that to beat them, you would actually have to
Well,
find a way to control the means of production. So
well,
yeah,
you well, as far as that, you've lost your opportunity with that. The black woman has now gone to war with the Korean, and she looks like she's going to win that war because she's getting backing from the white man. So you pretty much lost. You see, you should have. The problem with that was you should have never let that Asian man set the standard of beauty for your woman. Now, not only did he set it, he's supplying it. You should have been the one doing that. So you can forget about that. Yeah, you can forget about opening up a hair care store. People just gonna laugh at you. Ain't nobody gonna buy them from you.
yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree.
Okay, so let's get back to the business, right? What business that you're going to start now that can be sustained by non-black people because you don't have any markets, you don't have any communities. So what business that you're going to start that's going to be sustained by non-black people?
You know, I mean, that's a really good question. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I really don't know, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, I'll answer none because non-black people aren't into supporting black people financially. That's not what they do. So you don't have any businesses that you can sustain with non-black people, and you don't have any that you can sustain with black people because you don't have any communities. So you have no market. So starting a successful business is just wishful thinking. See, the reason why black women are winning is because black women are what you call it? They are a phenomenon. They're a phenomenon. Everybody wants to be a part of that. They're different. They're bold. They take chances. They have creative ideas, right? They got brands out there. They have 11 brands out there of products. You understand? And so people see them as somebody that's not attached to us. So they see them as a safe investment. That's why they're being supported. Because they're not attached to us. You know what? That's your fault too, right? Because you're going around here telling the world that you hate her and you can't stand her and she's the least desired and you hate her and you hope she died in the pool of her own blood. So the rest of the world sees that is, okay, well, you guys aren't together. So they treat her like she's not connected to you, which makes her a safe investment. Now, if you come snooping around, you might mess it up for her because nobody wants you around. You haven't shown anybody in this world that you got your head screwed on straight. What you've shown the world is that you're a lunatic, you're a loser, you're weak, you're pathetic, you're petty, and many of you are homosexuals. Oh, and you're non-productive, and you're the most least threatening male in the entire world, and you don't outproduce anyone. There's no other race of men on this planet that you produce equal to or more than. You're at the very bottom, and you are in last place. And so they don't see you, they don't connect you to the black woman. That's why the black woman is winning right now in business, because she's not connected to you.
Yeah, it's harsh reality. I mean, I agree with you, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, you could put a group of sisters in a room, you can get something going, even if it's something small. But I mean, when you put a bunch of brothers in a room, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I mean, shit almost falls apart, or shit don't even get started because everybody want to be a damn alpha male.
Oh, and one more thing. Now, you don't want to be the alpha male. Check this out. And one more thing, right? The black woman, her businesses right now are being sustained by non-black people. Non-black people are investing in the black woman because she's not attached to you. Yeah. Now, your problem is this, right? Y'all running around here like some overgrown sexual deviants. That's your problem. Sex, your brain is overloaded with sex. You don't have any priorities. You don't care nothing about infrastructure. You don't care nothing about sustaining anything in your environment. Hell, you don't even care about securing it. Nobody can take you seriously. You've shown nothing in a way of anybody should take you seriously.
Hey, you know something? I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've noticed that in a lot of these spaces when you talk when you have these conversations about black issues, especially on the black men's side or their sector, it's always about relationships and pussy.
Yeah.
And or what black women are do this and that. And my position is this. I mean, I respect black women. I love black women. I care about what they do, but I say you shouldn't even give a damn about what a woman thinks about you. I mean, you should be focused on organizing yourself from a political standpoint and working off of that. I mean, I don't give a damn who another woman is fucking. So I will agree with you that a lot of these men, from what I've heard, they have penis problems.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Since you've been on BGS, Airboard, all this other stuff. And I know you heard a lot of stuff because I know BGS very, very well. You know,
yes.
You've heard a lot of stuff about a lot of other things, okay, that's going on in this country, going on in this world, and these guys fancy themselves as super intellectuals and all. But has anyone told you that you're the only race of man on this earth that can't feed himself?
And those words verbatim, no, I've never heard that from anybody in their sector.
A Filipino can feed himself, and he's one of the most impoverished human beings on this earth, but has the knowledge and the wherewithal to feed himself. you can't even feed yourself. You don't have any agriculture to speak of. The black farmers are being ran out of the business. You don't care nothing about that. You don't care nothing about your food source being controlled by foreigners. Your food source is in the hands of people that want to kill you, and you don't even care nothing about that. All you care about is who desires the black woman, who she's fucking, and all kinds of other shit. Your food source that feeds you, your children, your mother and father is in the hands of people that want to do nothing but kill you.
And you know something, what you're saying, it's crazy that you said that, because me and a friend was actually having this conversation the other day. We were talking about how, you know, the Indians who are coming from India are basically dominating in the Silicon Valley. And what I find interesting is that, you know, when the Indian Americans come over here, whether it's legally or through H-1B visas, how they'll hire other Indians and put them in a position of power. But I noticed when you have like black men in a position of power, they won't, or some form of power or a high position, they won't sit here and try to hire another black man or even another black woman.
Right.
So the entire mentality, that's why I say, not to sound, I don't want to sound too pessimistic. It just seems to me
No, it's not pessimistic. It's a reality. The fact that I don't want to say you guys as to put you in that boat. I'm just saying as a general reference. Right. So these guys don't think high, they think very low. This is why they don't achieve anything. They have no ambition. This is why in the grand scheme of things, you don't count in the real world. If I told you, now all the rhetoric that you hear from the manosphere, how many of them have told you this? Do you know that black people in this country alone have the most technologically advanced minds in this country? But you would never know that. You know why? Because you get cherry picked.
I agree. And you know something, looking back at history, I wouldn't be too surprised at that, because we've invented half of the stuff we use today. So yes, you're absolutely right. We do.
If I told you that Twitter, Google, YouTube, what's the other one?
Not
Facebook.
He created. I do know Google. A black man, I forgot his name. He created the first search engine called Archie. So I know where you're going with that. Yeah,
all of these machines, all this stuff came out of the technologically advanced minds of black men.
The cell phone, the video game console, I believe 3D printing,
right.
3D TVs. Yes, I agree with you. Computers.
But you know how they keep you from knowing that? They cherry pick them when they're young. See, they got programs, these think tanks, they got programs set up. They know where the elite black minds are, right? They watch them grow, and they come into the parent, they offer the parents money, and they cherry pick them up out of there, and they go work for NASA, they go work for Google, they go work for Simon Schuster, Goldman Sachs, they go work for Ford. The Hemi engine, that's a black man's design. You have any idea how many black engineers are in these car companies? Black engineers that you don't even know. You don't even know that they exist. They've been cherry picked since they were kids.
Yes,
they cherry picked the hell out of us.
You have. I know she's not she's not a black man. She's a black woman. But read up about her, Dia Green, how she's creating. I believe it's like nanotechnology to kill cancer cells. So it's like I stress this so much. I mean, we have the brain, we have the knowledge to sit here and do this type of stuff. It just seems to me that a lot of these brothers, it's all about pussy. And I'll sit here and I'll admit it. I'll be honest with you. I was one of those, not really in this space because I don't really get on panels that much. Even in my real life, I was one of those types of brothers. Well, I would say I was very critical of sisters, but when I really sat back and looked at how a lot of these brothers navigated across the educational spectrum, I kind of had to push back and say, well, what the hell are y'all doing?
Man, let me tell you something, bro. A lot of this stuff is just immaturity. A lot of these guys don't want to grow up. But you don't, as a black man, as a leader of your race, you don't have time to be worried about what some woman doing. You need to be out here creating technology, science, medical breakthroughs. You start doing what you're supposed to do, and you ain't gonna have to worry about no woman.
Agreed.
You ain't got to worry about no woman.
The women will follow after that. I mean, yeah, I
Exactly. But
agree.
you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You need to be out here creating technology. You need to be creating science. You need to be doing medical breakthrough. Dude, do you even know our own biology? Do you know that our biology is quite different from white biology?
In some cases, yes. I've
Do you
read
know?
some.
Do you know
Yeah.
that white people have a larger amount of ammonia in their body?
No, I didn't know
Which,
that.
yeah, which causes them to deal, which also helps them carry a lot of diseases and deal with extreme cold.
Yeah,
Our
I didn't
body
know
is not. Yeah, our body's not like that. This is what I'm saying. We don't even know our own biology. That picture that you seen in school or college of the human being with all the organs or whatever, that's not our biology. That's a white man's biology. That's not ours. You've never seen the inside of a black body. You've never seen how it's set up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, brother. I mean,
I mean,
it's
there's a right, and you know all this nonsense, all this childish shit about high value men and what who the man. You need to be out here kicking ass and taking it. You need to be making technology. You need to be doing these breakthroughs. You need to get your butt on this science. You got the mind. You got the mind. You are more than capable. Matter of fact, you are the most capable. The most capable. And you're wasting it. You
yeah,
can't worry about no women.
and what I find very ironic about this whole movement about high value men, it all comes back towards the end of the day. It all comes back to sex. That's what blow. It'd be one thing if you had men saying, build industries, like you said, medical breakthroughs, science breakthroughs, opening up distribution companies, gardening, agriculture, but it all comes back to black women, and that's what scares me.
You know something? I haven't gotten an answer yet, but like, listen, I'm a well traveled man, right? I'm a traveling man, right? Even though I'm no longer an active Mason, right? But I'm still a traveling man. I've traveled around this globe, right? One thing I noticed about people, different races, right? Everybody has their own architecture, right? There's certain designs of buildings that if I see, I can tell you what type of people live there just by looking at the buildings, right? When it comes down to black people, we only build what white people want us to build. Our architecture is European architecture. If you took that away, what would our architecture be like? How would we design our buildings? How would people know that black people live? You see, they know where black people live at now because you see project buildings, you see ran down this and that, okay, because you got infused violence in there. But that's not our architecture, right? That's an identity by behavior. What is our architecture? How can you know that black people live here just by simply looking at the structures? What is our architecture? If you take away the European architecture out of our minds, what will we replace it with? How will we design our buildings?
You're gonna laugh at this or think I'm being facetious. I could hear somebody say Egyptian architecture, Mali, ancient Ghana architecture, Zimbabwe architecture. I could hear somebody probably saying that, but I believe 90% of black people don't even know anything about those civilizations.
I mean, but you know what? I think it might be something even more advanced than that. I think black people have some incredible. I've seen us do some incredible things. I've ran into black children that were so intelligent, man. They scared the bejesus out of me, bro.
I mean, in Nigeria, I'll post a link. I believe these two black female inventors, they created an engine that basically runs off, I believe, like human piss, like human urine. So I mean,
wow.
Yeah, so I do. I mean, I absolutely, like I said, I mean,
I gotta look that up. That's deep.
Yeah, there's another Kenyan inventor. He's working on
Mhm.
creating like sign language that speaks. Like he has these gloves. Like when he uses sign language, it actually says the language.
Oh,
And
that's
there's
deep.
another sister where she's taking recycled plastic and making bricks to build infrastructure in Kenya. But I mean, this goes back to our black celebrities. Why don't you have black celebrities donating large funds or open up venture capital firms investing in these things?
Because they're too busy selling out. Too busy selling out.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully one day I can make a difference in that regard since I'm trying to get into finance.
We
Hopefully.
have Russell Simmons had a group of a team of programmers that were the most advanced game programmers I have ever seen, and they were all black. I don't even know where they at right now since he gave up the project of his video game project. He gave it up. I don't know where they went. They probably got cherry picked, and they probably working for SquareSoft or somebody else. But these were the most the game Fight for New York.
Yeah, Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yeah, dude, that game is miles ahead of anything I hear right now.
Yeah, the greatest of all time.
The programmers that did that were just insane, dude. The game was actually flawless. It didn't have one glitch in it. Know how hard that is to do?
Yeah,
I mean, I've never seen anything I've never seen nothing like that. These dudes were, these people, these brothers and sisters he put together, they was extremely gifted. I mean, the programming in that game is incredible, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I don't know what happened to them, man. I don't know if they probably got cherry picked. They probably work for different companies now, but he had a serious programming team. And they were all black. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first actual video game console, and this was actually a mentor to Steve Jobs, created the black video was created by a black man.
Yeah, well, he a thief. Steve Jobs is a thief. The guy from Microsoft was a big ass fucking thief.
Mark Zuckerberg is too,
yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, man, he a thief too. All these white technological big men, they're thieves. They stole a lot of technology from people. They stole technology, man. They stole it. I just found out 2 days ago that the helicopter was actually invented in Africa.
The helicopter?
Yeah, it was actually invented in Africa by an African man, and the U.S. got wind of it and stole the schematics for it. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. But hey, man, it was good chopping it up with you guys. You guys keep doing good work.
Good, no problem, man. Appreciate it. Good talk. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that was a great build. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, hey, that was a great build, man. Love having builds like that with brothers, man. It makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Love having conversations with brothers like that. We can sit up and talk.
Yeah, but the chat suspect he's Pooh Bear because he followed BGS.
Pooh Bear. It probably was him because he did sound familiar. But he represented himself well, though. Even if it was Pooh Bear, he represented himself well. We had a good conversation. I guess he's trying to get back into good graces, and he wanted to come up here and present himself and say, hey, I'm not a dweeb. But that was all right. I mean, if that was Pooh Bear, shout out to Pooh Bear. He did a good job. I'm not mad at him. You know what I'm saying? He did a good job. It was a good conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Respectful, emotionally.
He did. Truth. He did. Because I said, wait, you sound familiar, but and he did quickly go to another subject, right? So I didn't press the issue, but he did sound familiar.
Let's see. I heard. Okay, they've been going on about
Yeah, man, we gotta check that out, man. I want to see that, man. Yeah, well, Yvette, but you know what? When you really look at it in the grand scheme of things, right? What would our architecture be if we wasn't building European structures, right? If you took the knowledge of the European architecture out of our minds, what would we come up with? How would our buildings look? But we have spade steeples like they do in Iran. What would our architecture look like? Would we have the square top houses like they did in Rome? What would our architecture be like? You know, when people come and they see our architecture, they'll know, okay, black people live here. You know, when you see the top of the buildings in the they're pointed and they look like upside down milk duds or spades, do you know that there's somebody of Arab descent or Middle Eastern live there, right? So, what would black people's architecture look like? Will we have square buildings? Will we have round buildings? Would our buildings look like a big old beach ball with windows? What would our architecture look like? What would our cars look like? I'm gonna tell you right now, I bet you we have some of the baddest cars in the world. If black people were left to their own devices and design their own car, oh man, our cars would be crazy, man. We'll have cars with wings on them and shit. We'll have transformer cars, man, cars that change into shit. We might have a car, a sister might invent a car that turns into a damn Birkin bag and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she get out of her car and press a button, and that motherfucker fold up into a bag that she can carry.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if they can able, if she see, oh, they, sorry, I got a little distracted by the young sisters, that made a hydrogen. The urine is converted to make hydrogen, which powers the engine. I said, I'm thinking a car where you can power it with your urine.
That's incredible.
Well, they turn it into a power converter, but hey, could redirect some of the plumbing to, well, it's gonna be a messy endeavor, but the urine can go towards a hydrogen power plant, and that's a little less waste going into the environment.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Sadly, they've been stealing our ideas, yo. Didn't they bite the air conditioner of the original idea of a black man? Oh, that's true. They're saying that to Emmanuel Briggs.
Hmm.
But they better keep their. They better I don't know if they should patent it. Keep their blueprint to themselves. I don't know. I'm suspicious of the patent office. Too many times they let uh white people steal black people's inventions. Okay. Okay. Oh, you still want the definition? I think I got it right. Arterial.
Not arterial, sartorial with an S.
Mars. Oh, okay. Arterial. Okay. Let's see.
Sartorial.
Um.
Sartorial.
Okay. That's sartorial and not sartorial. Uh, let's see. Maybe it's the
Sartorial.
nope, nope, nope.
Excuse me. I'm saying sartorial, but it's coming out sartorial. It's because of my northern accent.
Oh, okay.
Sartorial.
Okay, sartorial. Related to the tailoring, clothes, or style of dress.
There you go, sartorial. That's it.
Okay. Oh yeah, talking about the gentrification. I was thinking of something I was reading about the Haitians in Florida. Um, they might be losing their housing because of that condo that collapsed. They looking for to build in areas that's further back from the beach. And one of the areas they're looking at is where this community of Haitian lives. And but it turned out they've been renting for years. Even their businesses, they've been renting the property. They ain't brought it. And so a lot of them, their property is being brought from underneath them, or their own relatives is selling it, selling their property, or encouraging them to sell their property. And I'm putting pressure on them to sell their property. Okay, I lost Max. Okay, so that's a form that gentrification has gone on. And what made me think of it was okay, when Max and him was talking about and Brother Prophet was talking about gentrification. Okay, I hate to bring that up, but because somebody said in the chat that the manosphere is so busy getting on top of the women about women's weaves and who they sleep with and who they don't sleep with, that they never put a patent or ownership or whatever it is to the Black Manosphere name. And now this guy's taking it over and he's changing it entirely. In fact, I think it's an improvement with this magazine. He said this gloss, they plan on working on things that Black men should be working on instead of concentrating on us.
Well, we have to see what we had to start doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get a chain reaction of work going. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, if we all in one neighborhood is me, Briggs, Truth, Hassan, okay, and we have to plant 5 trees, and those 5 trees are going to grow fruit to feed our families, right? Then we got to get to work. Somebody got to start tilling the ground and getting the ground ready so we could come. Somebody got to gather the trees off the truck. Somebody got to go pick up the trees. Somebody got to come unload the trees. If we carry the trees over to the dig site, we got to start putting the trees in. See, we got to actually start doing work. See, I truly believe if we start working, start doing small projects, people can come together that way. But we have to have projects. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to think of a project that everybody can do together. That can
Okay.
we can bring into it. Hey,
Okay. Hey, you digital loving on us. All right. Must be going through a bad area. All right. Y'all see these manosphere trying to sneak around and reinvent themselves and be cool. Now the tide is changing. Well, yeah, they can't. They can't claim their intellectual property. They, they're not gonna be able to say anything. They're gonna be able to use it. Yeah. He's in and out. Yeah, that digitized. Hey,
all right,
you're
can you
back?
hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
I shouldn't have been Boygan.
You was digitizing. You was in and out.
I
You was
shouldn't have
kind
been. I don't know what's going on.
of
Dang, that link in the chat that
okay. Okay. Also, the white manosphere labeled the black manosphere all incels. They going to mess around and get labeled a hate group next. Digitizing. Yeah, well, shooks. That could be.
I'm
Yeah.
still Boygan.
You no, but you're
I'm
digitizing a
still
little bit.
Boygan.
Okay, you're a lot better now. Oh, and there he goes. Hello? Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Clear and free.
Check out that link that Bell dropped in the back chat.
Oh, okay.
See if you can get that on the screen, share the screen, and play the video. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see what's going on in Discord.
Yeah, the one Bell Mort dropped.
Okay, I
You're gonna
see it.
you gotta do your FBI thing before you play it.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna do my FBI thing.
Monique did not.
All right. Now. All right. So let's see. Get my copyright. I think next time I get it, I'm gonna pin it. All right. All right. Get my. Okay. Let's see. Going through my FBI. Close that out. Like computer love on the panel. Yeah. All right. So let's get this out of the way. And we shall get. Gotta click on it before it shows itself. All right. All right, everybody. Here we go. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright. All right. Truth is, I always got your copyright information when you're doing a live and using somebody else's work. All right. Let's see. Okay, here it is. All right. Here we go, everybody. Yeah. And oops. Hold on. I gotta mute myself. Otherwise, I'll create an echo.
Monique did not have to die. I didn't have to throw her out like she was garbage either. My baby was so precious to me, to all of us. Monique was a 28-year-old mother and real estate agent from Minnesota. She was shot and killed December 31st, 2019. Her boyfriend, John, who is a Minnesota rapper, survived. Barry Davis and another alleged co-conspirator, Cedric Berry, were indicted on first-degree murder charges for their alleged roles in Monique's kidnapping and killing on New Year's Eve. Monique was lured to a fake home showing in Maple Grove. She was kidnapped and found shot to death in an alley. Police believe Cedric Berry and Barry Davis shot Monique and left her body in the alleyway on New Year's Eve in North Minneapolis, revolving around a dispute over a record deal between Monique's boyfriend and a fellow rapper. Monique's boyfriend was the intended victim of the alleged plot. Up to 8 other people are involved in this plot. Trials and charges are still pending.
So Davis and Barry and some associates staged a phony house showing so they could kidnap Monique, who is a real estate agent. After using her to find the boyfriend, they brought Monique to a North Minneapolis alley in a U-Haul truck.
2 additional people were indicted for the kidnapping and murder of Monique: Elsa Segura, 29, and London Wiggins, 36. They were both indicted on 4 counts of aiding and abetting the crimes of first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, kidnapping, and first-degree felony murder. According to reports, Elsa used her job as a probation officer to look up people for Wiggins. She worked for the county from 2014 to 2019. They claim she used the alias Lisa Pelosi and a newly purchased phone to lure Monique to the home showing.
The men worked with Elsa Segura, who called Ba on New Year's Eve and set up a fake showing at a home she was selling in Maple Grove, where that afternoon, Ba was abducted by Davis and Barry in a U-Haul, the complaint states. A U-Haul was later seen outside Ba's home in North Minneapolis, where, according to complaints, a masked man used her key to enter and then shot her boyfriend multiple times, with their 3-year-old child on the couch nearby and their 1-year-old child sleeping upstairs. An hour later, Ba was shot and killed in this alley about a 10-minute drive from her home. According to warrants, on her wrist was duct tape, which had the fingerprints of Cedric Berry. The warrants add that Berry was also found on video surveillance buying the phone that was used to set up the fake house showings. And in his car, investigators found a black-colored mask. And when police arrested Cedric Berry in January, warrants say Barry Davis was in the area and fled when he saw officers. And a search of his car revealed a new set of 2-way radios.
A 4th person, Shantae Davis, whose identity was not revealed, has also been charged with 1 count of aiding an offender and being in compliance to a crime after the fact in the incident.
Now, according to court filings, Shantae's husband, Cedric Berry, rented the U-Haul truck used to abduct Bao at a bogus home showing in Maple Grove. It's alleged Shantae drove with Berry to pick up the U-Haul and reconnected with him after the truck was returned.
Barry Davis and Cedric Berry, both 42 years old, were sentenced on Monday after being found guilty in early June. A jury convicted Davis and Berry on first-degree premeditated murder and kidnapping in Monique's death, in addition to attempted second-degree murder of Monique's boyfriend, John.
Both the defendants maintain their innocence.
I hate you guys had to go through this, and I will always pray that the truth comes out.
Because justice wasn't served. They didn't prove that nothing to do with me with this shit.
I do think they proved it. The jury thought they proved it. I think they did quite a good job of it.
At the sentencing hearing, Monique's mom, Miss Wanda, gave a heart-wrenching victim impact statement.
We have a lot of hard questions to answer, and Legend is already asking them. I was reading the girls their bedtime prayers book, and there was a verse, Jeremiah 15:20, that reads, I will rescue you and save you, says the Lord. And Legend says to me, how is God going to save us if he didn't save my mommy? That's a question a child should never have to ask. And it's not a question that I should have to answer. And I can only imagine what was being said to her, or how many times she was being called out of her name, or how many times she begged for her life. When the defendants ambushed and overpowered Monique, they used her power to take her life. And I'm asking you, Your Honor, to please use your power to make sure they spend the rest of their miserable, insignificant lives in prison. Thank you.
Monique's story was one of the first videos I've ever did on my channel, and I'm glad to know that justice is being served in her case, and to know that Monique's mom was able to speak out in court and tell her testimony. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. And with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones. Talk to you guys later.
Monique loved being a mother. I tell her girls that often, just how much she loved being their mommy. They have to take my word for it because she's not here to tell them herself. And I know she would tell them every single day. I know she would. Legend's Monique's oldest daughter, Legend, she likes to pretend. And we had a little wand, a princess wand, and she turned me into a frog, and I had to act like a frog. And then she turned me into her mommy. And she said, I said, I'm sorry, Legend, I can't be your mommy. And she said, Gammy, do it. Just do it. And then I put on my best Monique impression, and I act like her mommy. I said what Monique, I thought Monique would say. And I picked her up, and she whispered and hugged me so tight and said, please don't leave me again. She was doing very well in her career as a real estate agent for Chris Lindahl. She loved creating searches for her clients, and she was excited when she found the perfect home. She was an amazing friend to many. There's a lot of them here today.
All right, hey, Dane.
She is loved and missed by many.
Dane.
Uh-huh.
All right, I can't check anymore. Oh my goodness, man. What's wrong with us, man?
Yeah.
See, when I see stuff like that, and then the manosphere and these guys show up with this, it just makes me hate Nagas.
Yeah.
That child losing her mother and having someone. I mean, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
The child is. I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. First, she had to see her father get shot in front of her, and then know her mother is also gone. Hmm. She needs her mom. That's why she was trying to do the pretend thing with her grandmother.
oh boy, I tell you, man,
Hmm.
these
And
cowards.
yeah, and these Naga's gonna try to sit in there and say they innocent or that there was no proof that they done this thing. And why get her involved? Didn't think about them children. The baby on the couch didn't stop you, make you hesitate, make you turn around from the things you were doing. Oh. So this contract or whatever business, even though you had a problem with it, you had to take it out on this way. It's you had to settle it by killing off a family, destroying
Well,
a family.
it's the programming, of the hatred that they put in us for each other. The absolute disregard for each other's lives. This is why I'm so dead against the manosphere. The hatred. This is what it produces. Man, that just messed up my whole night, man. Now I'm wishing I didn't even ask you to put that link up.
Mm-hmm.
That just blew up my whole night. I can't get that child out of my mind. The child was asking her grandmother to pretend to be her mother. I ain't never heard that before. I ain't never heard nothing like that before. I wish I hadn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to end it on this? Okay. I didn't get this.
What's that?
Sorry. Digital Love couldn't make out a thing you said a few seconds ago. Okay. Peace, power, unity, everybody. Oh, bro, Speak wants to come up for a minute. Max? Max, can you hear me?